to get. So I got your name tattooed in flaming red on my forehead. They come in crystal clear, but my doctor, he can't hear the voices in my head. Yeah, the voices in my head said to stop my medication. The voices in my head said to jump the wall and run and buy a gun. You know they're always right, so I won't put up a fight with the voices in my head. I see you on TV, and the voices are telling me that you want me and you need me, and your boyfriend should be dead and gone. The voices in my head said to break in your apartment and hide under the bed, 'cause your love was just a lie. You too must die. So tonight I'll stalk. Tomorrow I'm insane, so my lawyer says I'll walk. 'Cause I got voices in my head. Got voices in my head. Got voices in my head.
Yep. Pat Godwin's greatest hit in my book. That's it. I got him. You got him? You got him, Tom? The voices in your head? You got him?
I'm sure I'm listening to the voices in my head.
Ah, that's very good. Hi, it's the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee.
Hey, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chicky.
He's checking in. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
There's Willie going to be taking an hour.
Where's Willie?
Sleeping in.
He had a last-minute gig last evening. I told him to come in a little bit late.
You know, Tom wants us here, but doesn't want us here. You know, it applies to his son, I guess. I'm not sure about that. No, you showed up, huh? Okay, stuff like that, you know, instead of good morning. Yeah, that's all right, though. It builds character. You tear us down, and sure, sometimes you forget to build us up, but still, that torn down foundation. And now here's motivator of man, Tom Griswold.
As the head of my summer camp used to say, it's $1 million morning. All right, make it a great day, huh?
Yeah.
Let's do that, shall we?
Get out there.
Well, that's all it takes.
We'll start with some compliments.
Yeah.
Christy, you look especially nice today.
Thank you, Tom.
Josh, it's great you're here.
Thank you very much.
Let's see.
Great to be here.
You look very handsome today.
Oh, well, I appreciate you.
Now, Chick.
You know, when you say stuff like that, it's really, what's the word? False, cheap.
No, you look great. Chick, you look very handsome. You must have had a good weekend. Did you get a little outside time? Or?
Yeah, I got some sun.
Okay.
Got in touch with my roots, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Ace, it's great to see you as always.
Good to see you.
Over the weekend, I was going
See,
over
Ace, it catches. See, you say good to see you, then Ace says good to see you. We're all lying. Does that make you feel good?
I feel okay.
I enjoy Tom's company.
What'd you do over the weekend?
Oh, my gosh. I forget I was so busy.
Well, Christy, I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day.
I did.
Oh, good. Well
My
deserved.
girls made me an amazing Italian dinner. We sat outside.
Well, you were an amazing mom, and I'm glad it was a great
well,
day.
thank you. They got me a beautiful necklace. They got me a lilac bush that we started to plant, and I went, no, I think my irrigation system is there, so I have to call. I have to
Call before
first.
you dig. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, we literally stuck the shovel in the ground. I went, no, we got to wait.
I got a technical question.
Please.
We had a Chinese takeout.
Yeah?
Which I hadn't had in quite a long time.
Nothing wrong with that, huh?
Yeah, so my son Sam brings over the Chinese takeout. We have a nice family dinner, and then it was time for the fortune cookies.
Yeah.
And maybe this is a thing, and I haven't had Chinese takeout in years, literally. All of the fortunes had ads.
Ads. I've not seen ads on them yet.
That's started.
The one side of the fortune cookie was an ad. Have you seen this, Dean?
Yeah.
You're a Chinese guy.
An ad? What?
And it also had one of those QR codes.
Really?
On it.
What was the ad
That's pretty smart.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that.
Apparently.
But maybe, so you could have an ad for anything, huh?
Yeah, I
The ad
guess.
doesn't work because you don't remember.
No.
Yeah.
But then the other thing was, and this was the first time the little girls had seen fortune cookies. So we thought this would be really fun. And
then
it turns out that 3 of us had the same fortune.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then Willie goes, what numbers do you, because they have the lottery numbers.
Sure.
Had the same lottery numbers. So now, obviously, I'm going to bet those numbers today. Clearly, if 3 of the fortune cookies out of the 7.
Oh, they're really letting you know.
This is it. I mean,
we tried to tell you not once, not twice, but thrice.
Yeah, don't look for me Friday after I win the Powerball.
You'll still be here.
No joke, man.
But I had no idea. I guess that's a thing.
So that's what you did for Mother's Day, huh? You gave her the day off. She didn't have to cook.
And we had agreed last week. We're trying to do a family dinner every Sunday. We agreed last week.
Was Willie there?
Yes, Willie was there.
Okay.
Was he late? Then he had to go off to a late gig.
I like the Reagans and Blue Bloods. I like it.
In any event, so I didn't know that was a thing. I guess it didn't really bother me. I was just kind of surprised. And the QR code, great idea.
Sure.
My fortune, something like, work hard in progress. It was really kind of boring.
What do you want? Turn left later today at 6 o'clock? What do you want?
Yeah, something a little more, I don't know.
Specific?
Yeah. Right. And then, of course, we did not go through the whole thing where you read the fortune cookie and then add the words in bed.
Well, of course not. You have little kids.
I know. But when you go out with your man for Chinese, do you do that?
I've never gone out for Chinese with my man.
Well, yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm not a big Chinese food girl.
Hey, Tom.
One rice.
Beginning of the end.
Yeah.
No
what they
Chinese
say.
Food.
No Chinese.
No, I just, that's not on the radar.
Yeah, no, I have to. I just hadn't done it in years, and I loved it. It was great.
What'd you get?
Great.
Oh, all kinds of stuff. And the big hit was the big hit for the little girls.
Yeah, that's right. You don't still get one thing when you order Chinese. You get like
everything.
4 or 5.
You get a mess of stuff,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Create your own Chinese buffet at home.
Absolutely.
See, here's what happens when people
8 entrees. I think.
People enjoy food and like flavor, unlike you. They're like, I'll have a bean pod and 1 shrimp and a cashew, and that's it. Yeah, and maybe I'll look at a dumpling, but I don't know.
Sweet and sour?
No.
That's 2 flavors.
That's too much.
No.
And you don't tell the little
I
girls.
do like that broccoli
Pick a
sauce.
team.
See the
Or
broccoli.
brown
We had
sauce.
broccoli.
Broccoli
also, you
and
say
brown sauce.
Chinese spaghetti
For like lo mein?
for lo mein.
Okay.
And isn't the theory that the Chinese invented spaghetti anyway?
There is a theory on that, yeah.
So did they like it?
Yes.
That was the hit
I
with
just
That was the
realized.
hit.
Okay.
I think I just realized why they haven't been out to Chinese yet.
What was that?
Oh, no. I couldn't eat that. No.
That's what little kids do.
No,
It's hard,
Christy's doing it.
hard to get them to eat anything.
Can you imagine getting her to order Chinese food? Well, let's see what we have.
I think I've had garlic sauce or something on.
This is a conversation you get when you get the menu.
You know what? I'm totally lying. We did have Chinese takeout, like one of our first dates, now that you mention it.
Oh, didn't want to leave the house?
A little bit.
That's right.
You know what they say about the MNMSG stands for.
Hand me that plum
I need
sauce.
some protein.
Were you horny an hour later? I'm a Chinese appetizer guy. I could just get 5 different of the appetizers and be fine. The dim sum, if you will.
What? Oh, really?
Crab rangoon. Egg rolls are my number 1. Those are my favorite. And then
Nice
the
poo-poo
pot
platter.
stickers. Yeah, but I've never actually ordered a poo-poo platter.
No.
Is that where
find
it
that,
comes and it's sizzling on a stick, being on a stick?
That,
it's on fire or
childish is what I find that. Childish. You just like to order that on the phone and say, I told the guy poo-poo. What do you think, huh?
Kind of laugh at it.
Of course you have. I know
kids
that.
make
Remember
rosettes of
the
meat.
restaurant in the Bahamas?
What? Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
poop deck.
The poop deck?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not only the poop deck 1, but the poop deck 2.
Yeah, they do
There
it.
could be a 3 for now, for all we know.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a Chinese order ready to go
What is yours?
at a moment's notice. What's mine? Well, I go to a very specific Chinese restaurant, and they have exactly what I like. So I know I get barbecue chicken, but that's a different dish.
Okay.
I get barbecue chicken. I get a pot. I get a.
You get an egg roll?
No, I haven't found an egg roll I enjoy.
Wonton
yet
soup?
anywhere. No, I don't get the soup. Don't like the soup. I get the. What do you call those? The fried or steamed dumplings?
Pot stickers,
Dumplings.
yes.
Pot stickers.
Those are big hit, yeah.
Yeah.
I
those
get
are
the
good.
fried dumplings. I get the crab rangoon. I get the barbecue chicken, and then every now and then I get the shrimp and broccoli, but not every time.
That's what I like that.
I'm
Shrimp
looking
and
at some of these fortunes from fortune cookies. Boy, some of these are kind of sad.
Why?
You will die alone and poorly dressed.
Oh my God.
Oh, that is.
I got that
Boy,
one.
that's You've gotten that one, Pat?
I get it every time.
How about this one? Never forget a friend, especially if he owes you money. What are these things?
Oh,
Didn't you have fortune cookies made for us once?
Yeah.
There's a place right over here.
Yes, there's a place less than a mile from here that does custom fortune
Yeah.
cookies.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
How's that
Remember I
business
did them with my
going?
picture on them?
Yeah. I do
didn't
remember
think,
it.
I was saying last night that didn't really go. I thought that was going to be
Let
huge.
me ask you something. Could
I
they,
wasn't
It'd
here
be a
for
big
it.
hit.
could they get that order right out for you, or were you like backed up with a lot of orders for your own Chinese?
No, it's great. They do custom Chinese food for like birthday parties and stuff. Super fun. Very, very cool.
Okay.
In any event, here's another good Chinese fortune cookies. Don't eat this paper.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. I like this one. Change is inevitable, except with vending machines.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you don't know, do you?
Okay, that kind of sounds like a Will Rogers.
right.
Hey, how about that Senate? And what about those vending machines?
Yeah.
Come on, Wiley, get in the plane.
I like you will live long enough to open more fortune cookies. These are all positive.
Yeah.
What about the classic? Help, I'm trapped in a fortune cookie making factory. Is that
There you
that's
go.
pretty good.
Do you have a fortune cookie rule? Do you have to eat the cookie for the fortune to come true?
I love fortune cookies.
Yeah, I do too.
Really?
I don't know what they're made of.
I
They're
bet
they're delicious.
You probably like fortune cookies, Chris, right? Because you like
They're
those.
all right. I like them dipped in tea.
I'm totally with you.
Yeah.
When I get Chinese hot
Yes.
tea,
Also,
I
they're-
dip it in the tea too.
They're great
Exactly.
crunched up and put on top of ice cream.
That's not bad either. Yeah.
Now, this leads to Josh's big
Can
problem.
we order Chinese? Oh, no.
Your problem with Japanese food is what?
Well, typically when you go to an Asian food like buffet,
Right.
the desserts are lacking, and some of them look really good. And you
You know,
Not
try-
wrong.
the mountains of crab legs.
He's exactly right.
They
yes.
skimp on the dessert.
The
not
lobster.
They missed the boat.
Lobster soup.
I don't know what
but
it
the
is.
ice cream isn't good.
But when they studied us as a people and wanting us to eat their food,
Yeah.
they must have left off desserts.
They did.
'Cause
Now,
they-
occasionally they'll throw out the big thing of pudding, and that's passable. I love pudding.
Home runs with everything else.
So the
obviously.
secret is take the fortune cookies, go to your favorite ice cream place, get some vanilla ice cream, and crumple
Look,
up that fortune cookie.
but it should all be
You're gonna
included
thank
in the
me.
buffet is what
You're going to
we're
thank me. We'd like to hear from you today, of course. So we get letters, as they say. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. First letter of the day. Dear Tom, I'm a few days behind, but I 100% agree with you. I love Jar Jar Binks. I'm an adult male, 37 years of age. Keep telling the truth. Well, you're welcome, sir.
Okay.
I know that Jar Jar Binks has been politically corrected out of the Star Wars.
My youngest brother Joe is a big Jar Jar. In fact, we used to call him JoJo Binks.
That's
yes.
nice. That's nice. Coming up in sports, the teaser, please.
Well, I don't know if it's a teaser, but the entire America, as far as we know, the civilized world is all beside themselves about Rich Strike winning the Kentucky Derby. A couple behind,
That's
80-1.
not a movie. I'll
Holy
kiss
hell!
your ass.
Holy hell!
And am I correct in
And
saying
Mattress Mac
he
gets
was
into the
he was 15th
equation. No, he was.
at the final time?
Oh, yeah, they have an overhead camera. That's amazing. It looks like John Carlos in the 68 Olympic trials. Rich Strike comes from 20 horses back.
It's amazing.
It's
It's-
nuts.
Yeah, I watched. It was amazing.
80 to
agree.
1 odds.
Well,
My
and we were talking about, well, how do they have 22 horses? And if one gets scratched, Rich Strike was a scratched horse that
Came in at the
a
last minute.
horse was scratched, and he came in and won the damn race.
It'll be interesting to see if, from a betting standpoint, if a lot of people in the next race go, you know something?
All these long shots.
I'm going for place in the long shot. That paid really well.
You know, Mattress Mac was at the Derby, and he did a little wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, I
Did he
saw him.
really?
We'll find out about that when we come back. Right now, I want to remind you, you need to do some wheeling and dealing when it comes to your prescriptions. You go to the drugstore, hand them the slip. They call you back in the PA a minute later. That prescription is going to cost $300. What? This is where GoodRx comes in. It's a free app. And Christy turned me onto this. You can save huge amounts of money. We get love letters. Here's one right here that was, Dear Bob and Tom, writes, Ryan, my wife had to get a refill of one of her prescriptions. This sounds fake, but it's absolutely true. It was $600 for a 30-day supply. Went to GoodRx. I found it for $21 for a 90-day supply. GoodRx, it was mind-blowing. Thank you very much, Ryan. Christy, what am I talking
Well,
about?
you could save up to 80%, just like Ryan. GoodRx is free, easy to use, works whether you do or do not have insurance. And even if you have insurance, GoodRx might actually beat your copay price. All you have to do is go to goodrx.com/Tom, and they will check all of the pharmacies nationwide. They have 70,000 in their network. CVS, Kroger, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Vons, Walmart, more. You know, you probably go there anyway. Why not start saving money with GoodRx? It's goodrx.com/Tom. GoodRx.com/Tom.
GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used in place of insurance. In 2021, GoodRx users saved an average of 81% on retail prescription prices. I may or may not have put money on Rich Strike.
Oh, really? You were betting the Derby, Gordon?
Absolutely, yes.
So did you put money on Rich Strike?
I did not.
Okay, thank you very much. That's some valuable information.
I saw a movie over the weekend I think you'll like, Tom.
I saw a movie that I hated. When we come back.
Oh, what if it's the same movie?
I hope so. Fingers crossed.
No.
Now that's a cliffhanger.
No, I'll not knowing what your movie is, I'll give you $100 if you saw it, $200 if you liked it.
Okay.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
You might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
And a good morning to you, Monday, May 9th. My name is Mark Allison. Comedian Greg Warren, comedian Reno Collier on the way. What did you do over the weekend? Did you play the Grand Ole Opry? Well, Reno Collier did Saturday night in Nashville, Tennessee. We'll be catching up with Reno to find out how his show went. Also, a complete and full Warren report coming up from comedian Greg Warren. It's going to be fun. Buckle up. It's going to be a great morning. Thanks for being here. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom Entertainment News Desk. Willie Nelson had to cancel out of the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival and 2 other shows over the weekend. The musician's website reports there was a positive COVID test in the band. That meant they scrubbed the shows Friday, Saturday, and yesterday at the Jazz Fest. Nelson wasn't the only cancellation due to COVID. Melissa Etheridge announced Thursday she couldn't perform because a member of her crew had tested positive. Country star Mickey Gilley has died at the age of 86 in Branson, Missouri. He'd been in falling health over the past week, but had performed as recently as last month. Gilley apparently passed peacefully with his family and close friends by his side, according to his website. He was the cousin of rock pioneer Jerry Lee Lewis, but made a name for himself as a musician, scoring 39 top 10 country hits and 17 #1 songs. His self-named club Gilley's, which featured a mechanical bull, inspired the film Urban Cowboy, which starred John Travolta and Deborah Winger. Floyd is mourning this morning, and that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
So they were. What pants don't have pockets?
A lot of pants
I
don't
think
look
there's any
pockets.
reason to dissect this whole thing.
Basketball shorts?
We can just accept the joke and maybe let him do another one.
Boy, nobody interviews them like our team.
I'm just curious. I see. I don't approve of pants without pockets. What are they for?
Covering your ass.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Speaking of Kennedy,
That's a good shout-out. That is a good shout-out, yes, thank you.
John Kennedy Jr. made
Why do you think they call us Skippy Little Suda Teddy anyway? Thank you. You want to go watch the films of Bobby's funeral at my place? Well, what do you know? It's 4 a.m. and we're drunk. Well, let's make whoopee. Wear my Oxford cloth.
I was on a plane with one of the Kennedys one time.
Really?
Well, lucky to be. Yeah, it was Ted Kennedy. He was on the plane. And he was in first class. You know, I was in the back. You know,
Sure.
with the degenerates. But what a great name to be born in, Kennedy or Rockefeller or something like that. My luck if I was born in money, my last name would be Massengale. My dad, the big douche baron.
The douche baron.
Everywhere you go, you got waiters making fun. You want oil and vinegar?
Shut up and bring it.
My dad, the big douche baron.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
It's time once again for people who suck at small talk.
Hey, nice weather we're having today, don't you think?
Yeah, it is rather amazing the cyclical manner in which meteorological trends manifest themselves.
Jeez, sorry I asked.
Join us again next time for people who suck at small talk.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time. It saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey!
Effective. Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee's here. There she is.
Hi.
Christy Lee. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
Ready to roll. There's Josh Arnold.
Hey, Pat, can you do the weather? We may need you later.
At the side chair.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
Look, I can leave.
Willie.
We love you, Chris. You stay right where you are, you sweet girl.
Willie Griswold taking the morning off because
he'll be here in a few minutes.
Because he
had to substitute for so had a late night gig. I said, take some time off. You need to get some sleep.
Show first. I'm a sleepy dog. And Dad said, you roll right over.
That's exactly what it
is. And I'm Chick McGee. Here's Tom. What movie did you see that you know I'd hate?
I have to preface this by
Or should I give the movie that I saw that I know you'll love?
Oh, what's that?
The new Nick Cage movie.
Oh, yeah.
And, the unbearable weight of massive talent.
It's a great
or something
movie.
like that.
It's fun.
It's really good and fun. And it has a joke written especially for
good.
you.
I'll look forward to seeing that. No, as you know, I am a big fan of kids' movies. And in my top, 20 of all time.
Sure.
Toy Story's up there, most of the Pixar stuff. There's a new kids movie out there. It's very...
Paddington 2 is up there for you.
Paddington 2, to me, was the best movie that was made that year. It'll be watched for hundreds of years. There's a new one. Is it called The Bad Guys or the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that looks clever.
It's awful.
Awful.
Awful, you say.
I can only... I was pleased that some friends of the show were doing some of the voices on it. Mark Maron does a nice job.
Yeah.
And, God, it's loud and dumb.
Huh.
But they've learned in Hollywood they can make almost any kids movie and people will go see it because there's nothing else to do.
Did the kids like it?
Yeah, yeah, and I will admit I only watched a few minutes of it before I put on my headphones and listened to a book. Because it was so unbearably bad.
Well, that's not.
And there were a lot of people who were very noisy in the theater.
Little children.
You went to a kids movie and there were a lot of people that were noisy? Is that the problem?
Excessively noisy, and it wasn't just the children.
Yeah, check out, because I was going to ask if you wanted to go see this. You and I we'll go see cartoons.
We went to see Storks or whatever.
Oh, had a ball. I think we laughed harder than any of the children.
Yeah, sure. When Josh and I walk into one of those,
can't sit through it.
When Josh and I walk into a movie like a cartoon movie, Pixar, like Storks, the parents pull their kids a little closer, but still.
Sure, yeah.
I went with my two little girls, but
yeah,
no, it's awful. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Not
all right.
Good. And I love kids movies, and I love cartoons, and
I just like the idea of the bad guys doing their thing. Isn't it supposed to be sort of a heist movie, too?
It's really poorly written.
He doesn't know. He didn't watch it.
Terrible
He's judging a movie he watched for 3 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. I'll talk to somebody who
maybe
watched
5 I watched. But
maybe 5.
But I'm going through a really good book, so
You can't do a review on 5 minutes.
Didn't mind it. I got a great book I'm reading in my head. Okay, I'm sorry. We have.
What's wrong with you?
We opened up with a little discussion of Chinese food. Have you ever noticed this about Chinese takeout?
What?
They're amazing. You call up and you go, I'd like everything on your menu, please. And they go pick it up in 10 minutes. What?
Yeah.
True.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
No wonder it's so popular.
And they put they got it. I don't know where they came up with this, but do you get the place that they put cardboard on the bottom of the bag?
That's wonderful.
I do. Yeah.
I don't know who started that with the Chinese business, but it's wonderful.
I think the Asian food business is way ahead of everybody else on the takeout system.
They're a little ahead.
And bravo, and delightful food. So we'll give you a full report. Once again, the stunner to me was, and I'm not complaining. The stunner to me was the ads on the backside of the fortune cookie.
Something
slips.
new.
I had never
I have not seen
before.
that.
Because usually it's the fortune on one side and the lucky numbers on the back.
Right.
This was the fortune and the lucky numbers on one side with not a barcode, sorry, a QR code, and then an ad on the back. I was disappointed, as I told you. There were, 7 or 8 of us, and 3 of us had the same fortune.
That's you got
to diversify those fortunes. Come on.
Lazy day at the fortune.
Let's crank it out there. Okay. Now, we have Mr. McGee at the sports desk. The big sporting event over the weekend, God, the Kentucky Derby, amazing.
Oh, my God.
Rich Strike's stunning Kentucky Derby upset the sports world. It has it buzzing. Led to a sleepless night of celebration for Eric Reed. He's the veteran trainer of Rich Strike, and everybody around him partied long after the 80-1 long shot pulled off the monumental feat yesterday. They interviewed him right after the race, and he said, I almost fell over and died. I couldn't believe it. He was just a really cool guy. Of course, the next step will be to decide whether Rich Strike's storybook Disney movie, just waiting to be made, will continue at the 147th Preakness on May 21st in Baltimore.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he tries to eat the pony again, as he did after this race.
That's exactly right.
boy, he was. They couldn't get him under control.
Doesn't that sound like a punk band?
Eat the pony?
Opening for Blondie. Eat the pony. What the hell does that mean?
Sonny Leone was on board of Rich Strike.
And did I hear correctly that he had done like 6 or 7 races a couple days before in Cincinnati?
Yeah, well, I said, they didn't know Rich Strike. They didn't know until Friday sometime. They knew that that the horse was going to be in the Derby.
Great story.
Somebody was there with his wife and baby. It was very nice.
Cool. Good for him.
It was lovely.
They need a nice positive story, and they need the winner to stay the winner.
Of course, this ruined my superfecta boxes, but what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Well, speaking of that, John.
I did hear one of the announcers on the radio broadcast just before kind of chuckling about, the 80-1, but your order of crow is here.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, who wouldn't have?
Big Money Mattress Mac was added at the Kentucky Derby. He was seen dropping wads of cash at this weekend's event. He's become famous, of course, for betting on the Major League Baseball and the NFL and college. He hit with Kansas this year in the national championship, but he's missed on Tom Brady and the Bucks and Alabama and the Crimson Tide, missed on all of those. So he locked in a $1.5 million bet at the Derby Saturday on the 9-2 favorite Epicenter.
To win?
To win. And Epicenter finished second.
He would have won had.
Yeah, I've had this storybook. He was going to. He told everyone that he bet close to $4 million total while he was at the Derby this weekend. So, but
do you think
he missed on that too?
The pregame, if you will.
Yeah.
How long is the event? 2 minutes? They really have it. They do a great job of filling that time pretty much all day.
Yeah, there's fun races all day. And then I feel bad for the races that follow the Derby.
Oh, there are more after?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
All right, everybody, head to your cars.
That probably helps with the parking issue.
Guys, we're gonna race. We're gonna.
More of the Derby. Oh no, the Derby just. See ya. The Derby was 202.61 in the mile and a quarter. They said that distance was built for Rich.
And that was, I believe, the fastest first quarter mile
ever
in history.
Yeah.
I mean, those
It was
horses
amazing. It was an amazing story,
out.
Tom. It's an amazing story.
Good.
Sure is.
Fun.
No, for no other reason, he should run the Preakness just for. Just for.
Can't imagine he won't.
I had money on Epicenter to win also. So for a while there, I was like, oh my, what? All right. Oh. But I was still excited when they went. That was the long shot. What?
Do you want me to do a fortune cookie for you, Josh?
Yeah, I'd be happy.
Someone asked for that?
No.
We were talking fortune cookies. I think we can meet throughout the day. If you've got a good fortune cookie, let us know, please. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Fortune cookie generator. Use this to, okay, click. Now is the time to try something new.
Oh, how about that?
Oh, well.
Christy, your fortune. Life consists not in holding good cards, but in playing those you hold well.
Well, yeah, that's a good one.
Between your knees. Okay, sorry.
Hold those cards between your knees.
In
And,
bed.
Should we add between your knees to all these?
A lot of these don't work for the between your knees thing here. Everyone agrees you are the best.
That was between your knees.
Who's that for?
There you go.
Well, that's better than, or in bed would be good for that one.
Between your knees.
The greatest love is self-love.
Between your knees.
Yeah.
We found a new one, kid.
Never disappoints.
That's right. This is the best lover you'll ever have, fellas. Right here.
Here we go.
Take Grandpa's
Here we go.
advice.
Fortune cookie generator. Jealousy doesn't open doors; it closes them.
Between your knees.
Yeah. That was kind of problematic.
That's true, though.
You are very talented in many ways.
Between your knees.
Okay. You can see it. This is getting old. I'm sorry.
That works, though.
Okay. I'm sorry. Back to
NBA playoffs. James Harden. Somebody woke him up. He scored 31 points. A lot of step-back trays yesterday, as the sportscasters say.
James who?
Did I say James Harden?
Yep.
Between your knees.
Thank you very much. James Harden, between your knees. And Sixers and their Eastern Conference semifinal series at 2 games apiece. It's even, all even. With the Heat, Sixers win 116-108.
I just remembered my fortune yesterday.
Joel Embiid.
Quite disturbing.
Does it matter what I'm saying at this point?
Well, let's find. What was the disturbing fortune?
Yeah, let's find that out. Yeah, let's find that out first.
The waiter knows you've been mocking him.
Okay.
That's a fortune.
Hey, did you notice that the dim sum seemed a little bit salty?
Oh,
the waiter knows you've been mocking him.
Oh.
Sorry, back to you. Exciting sports.
Anyway, here's what happened, Tom. Joel
Were you
Embiid.
just yawning during your own sports
Yeah,
cast?
yeah. We're talking
Well, in his defense, it was
fortune
during
cookie.
Tom's story.
We're talking about fortune cookie interjection. Let's be clear about this.
That's true.
That's what I was talking about.
And then
interjection.
evidently someone had ejaculated in his
and dim sum.
and dim sum or whatever he said. And salty and then,
Come some, or dim come some.
Okay, let me tell you, I've said this a lot.
Get a big order of the cum sum?
About these jokes we all know that are
rules here.
Yeah.
a joke that we all know that I need to know who wrote was a cream of some young guy. I need to find who did.
Hilarious.
That's hilarious. That's gorgeous.
Sorry.
That's great business right there.
That certainly is funny.
Anyway, see, Joel Embiid got his face broke, so he missed the first 2 games, and he lost the first 2. Sixers lost the first 2 games.
He's got the thing on now.
He's got the thing on, and now the Sixers won. He's back, and they won both those games, partly because of him, mostly because of him the third game, and then now because of James Harden. See how this works, Tom? Have you engaged again back in the NBA playoffs?
They're excellent athletes.
Because hopefully I'm going to try
very good.
Get Josh involved and get him mad because the Dallas Mavericks have earned their Western Conference semifinal series. Even is the word I was looking for. 2 games each, 111-101 win over the Suns yesterday. Chris Paul fouled out, which he's never done in playoff history before.
Wow.
And then with that series all tied at 2, Chris Paul had to have security escort a Mavs fan and his family out of the building because he says fans put hands on his mother.
Ooh. Oh, well, that's no good at all.
No.
They put hands on his mother and his wife, evidently. Some Dallas fans found out they were Chris Paul's
What's wrong with people?
Mom and wife, and Chris Paul
touched them in some way.
And I don't know what that means when they say put hands on, but Chris Paul's tweet said, "Want to find players for saying stuff to the fans, but the fans could put their hands on our families. F that." And it's not F that in his tweet. Twitter.
If he means it literally, yeah, that's awful.
And a source familiar with Chris Paul's tweet after Game 4, Paul's mother had hands put on her by Dallas fans, and Paul's wife also pushed And to make matters worse, pushed by Mavericks fans. Paul's kids witnessed it. They were there too.
Yikes.
Everyone felt very unsafe, the source.
Mother's Day weekend.
Come on, people.
Come on.
Yes.
So this is where we need gallows outside the events.
Now,
you don't hang these people. You just get
Charles Barkley
paintball guns.
Charles Barkley has a solution.
Strap them down. Let people shoot.
Well, no. Charles Barkley said, I have a solution for reckless NBA fans who go overboard with their trash talk. Just give them 5 minutes with me at center court.
Sure.
That's what he said.
And don't let them be gloved, but you could have Mr. Barkley gloved. He would still pummel them.
Gloved? What do you mean gloved?
Yeah, boxing gloves.
Oh, boxing gloves. Oh, and let them have bare knuckles? And...
Yeah.
Well,
they're not going to hit him. They're not going to get near him.
Probably not. More sports coming up. Do we have a Pat Godwin musical interlude here, or what do we want to do here, Tom?
We could do Pat Godwin musical interlude, I think.
That sounds exciting.
What would
Pat,
you like to do, Tom?
I know you had a great weekend. You had a huge sold-out show.
It was great.
Oh, fun.
Jeff was great. Wonderful night. Top 10 of all time.
Really?
Jasper, and it is in fact pronounced Jasper. Is that correct?
It's pronounced Jasper, like that. They say it.
Oh, it's not Jasper.
Astor
No.
Theater's
So we had it
gorgeous.
wrong all week.
We had it wrong the whole week.
So Yef Oske. Well, too.
He killed.
Okay,
it is
good.
Yef, by the way. Yes.
Okay, Yef. Why don't you favor us with the tune? What do you have over there?
Well, Mark told me you have an email there about tinnitus. Want to do that?
Sure.
Surely you mean tinnitus.
We pronounce it tinnitus.
This is the buzzing in your ear. I don't
hear
have
it right now.
You don't have that?
No.
I wish I didn't.
Well, the doctors pronounce it tinnitus. I never knew that, so they're fancy guys.
Yes, they are.
I have ringing in my ears, and my doctor pronounces it tinnitus, not tinnitus. He knows the ear, nose, and throat, but when the stomach starts to bloat, is it gastritis or gastritis? We've been saying it wrong all these years. Laymen prefer tinnitus, but the professional says tinnitus. It confuses us and divides us. Oh, the little spider veins that cause lots of pain. That's not phlebitis. It's phlebitis. So it's bronchitis, arthritis, tonsillitis, hepatitis, and my girlfriend has colitis. I'm still going to say tinnitus, not tinnitus, and I'm fine with this. And you highbrow physicians, you all sound ridiculous.
And I hope you don't have tinnitus or tinnitus, whatever it is. Coming up, we have, of course, the Ace Cosby joke of the day. I'm very excited about that. A lot of interesting things going on in the world of news. Yet another way to have your plane delayed.
Yeah.
We really need to start just doing something about these excess demonstrations by various passengers. Right now, I want to talk to you about, I hope you had a great Mother's Day and all those gifts worked out great. Maybe it's time for a little something for yourself. That's where Bespoke Post comes in the box of awesome. Christy.
That's right. Bespoke Post partners with small businesses and emerging brands to bring you the most unique goods every month. Yep, no matter what you're into, Box of Awesome has you covered. Camping gear, beach day, travel must-haves, cocktails, cigars. Box of Awesome has everything you need for an awesome summer. But how do they know what I like? Well,
you go online at boxofawesome.com. That address again, boxofawesome.com, and take the quiz that they've specially designed just for you. And your answers will help them pick the right box of awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories, and each box is valued at around $70, but you only pay, of course, a fraction of that price. Plus, with each box of awesome, you're supporting small businesses. 90% of everything that comes in that box of awesome from a small, up-and-coming brand. So do it today. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code Bob and Tom at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code Bob and Tom. 20% off your first box.
Coming up, the erect statue of Satan is in the news.
oh, yeah. We have the Wicked Bible in the news.
And can you get cavities from kissing another person? We're going to find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Chime in with an email. Send to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hope you had a great weekend. Thanks so much for joining us here on a Monday morning with Greg Warren and Reno Collier on the way. My name is Mark Allison. And by the way, the Bob and Tom store is open, never closes. It's on the internet, you know. BobandTomStore.com is where you head. Next thing you know, click, 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 and you've got yourself a brand new Bob and Tom Show hat. Maybe one of those new collared work shirts you can get your own name embroidered on, sent right to you. Ding dong. Here's your Bob and Tom stuff. Thank you. Go to BobandTomStore.com. Look in the upper left-hand corner for the new tab to see the latest. We've got sizes small up to 5XL. If we don't have your size, check back. We're always restocking at BobandTomStore.com. What better thing to do on a Monday than blow some cash, right? BobandTomStore.com. Check it out. I think they only take credit cards. You'll have to check with them. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. However, I do take cash. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. The ability of college athletes to monetize their name, image, and likeness has begun to trickle down to high schools. 7 states now allow prep athletes to sign NIL deals. School principals in Ohio began voting May 1st to determine whether the Buckeye State will become the 8th. In New York City, 2 top-ranked basketball standouts in the 2024 college recruiting class say they'll use the money they make from NIL deals to help their families. The NCAA decided last July college athletes could earn money from such deals after a U.S. Supreme Court decision. Meanwhile, dangerous gusty winds expected to continue across northeast New Mexico into Monday. It's likely to complicate the fight against wildfires that threaten thousands of homes in mountainous rural communities. Firefighters have been able to stop the fire from spreading eastward towards Las Vegas, New Mexico, the largest area with 13,000 people, but the northern and southern ends of the flames proving trickier to contain. Wind gusts have topped 50 miles per hour in some areas, keeping some firefighting aircraft on the ground. The fires now cover 275 square miles. That's more than twice the size of Philadelphia. And that's a look at things you may have missed on a Monday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Don't you want more Derby trivia?
Oh, well, no, we don't have time for it right now.
The race is sometimes referred to as the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, and it's the longest continually running sporting event in the United States.
Yeah, what did he say yesterday? Just short of 150 years?
It was first televised in 1910.
Yeah.
Amazing. They didn't even have TVs. They just had a guy drawing stuff and throwing it into a crowd. That guy should have gotten some kind of
he was
award.
good.
They had to do the whole broadcast by
Hey, this one almost looks like a horse. Slow down, Lloyd.
That was just a magnified.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program 24/7.
I left work early, drove right home. Didn't know you'd be here. Well, now that you are, there's only one thing I'd like you to do, my dear. Honey, pull up my skirt, undo my blouse, peel off my pantyhose. Baby, take off my bra and my spiked heels. Honey, take off all of my clothes. Take them all off, baby. Honey, pull down the shades, turn down the lights, lock up all of the doors. If I catch you wearing my clothes again, honey, I will file for divorce. Bob, that skirt doesn't even go with that blouse. Now put on this apron and go do the dishes.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom, all the time, in your ear.
Joining us in the studio, comedian Mark Eubanks. Did you go to college down in...
I went to college in University of West Virginia, Morgantown, West Virginia.
Oh, really?
I was a mountaineer.
Well, why would someone from Florida go to college in West Virginia?
Because you didn't have to be real smart to get into school there. Basically, showing up got you that piece of paper.
Valedictorian was a 2.0.
On the breathalyzer.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
Josh Arnold is here.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hello.
Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. I'm Chick, and here's Tom. Tommy.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Now, we will check in with the sporting desk. Coming up, the Ace Cosby joke of the day. We have also asked you to send us your favorite fortune from a fortune cookie. We did takeout Chinese last night, and I was quite surprised they had ads on the fortunes, which makes sense.
Sure.
Can't say I blame them. And they also had the QR code. I was disappointed, though, that 3 of us had the exact same fortune.
Yeah, that can be disappointing.
And the same lottery numbers, which to me says I better bet them all today. Obviously, they must be the right ones.
Yeah,
now,
they're that insistent.
Yeah. Now, why don't you just polish off some sports, and then I've got a special request here.
One more sports.
Stupid.
Sort of.
The record. NHL playoffs? Boy, there was some good hockey this week.
Was there?
Oh,
Blues even things at 2 games apiece, Sean.
Oh,
They sure did.
What do you think of that?
Ton of good hockey. Boy, Quick put on a goaltending clinic in L.A.
Was he able to make it to the game?
Yes. He's swift, that one.
Quick. Very, very quick. A newly opened bridge in Vietnam hopes to break the record of as the world's longest glass bottom bridge.
Oh, cool.
Have you seen this thing?
Yeah, it's great.
The South China Morning Post reports that the White Dragon Bridge, which White Dragon, White
No
Palace,
way.
Mamao, Chimki. Oh,
is that what it's called?
Heroin. Horse. White Dragon.
Okay.
Anyway, it spans a valley between 2 mountains in Vietnam's Moc Chau district, measures over 2,073 feet, beating the current record of 1,725 feet.
Wow.
Nearly 500 feet off the ground. No thanks. The bridge is made of 3 layers of 1.5-inch tempered glass.
Well, you got your 3 layers.
How'd they do that?
If only we would have had...
Keep reading.
If only we'd had the 4th layer.
Yeah.
26 Moc Chau Tourism Company said even if a pane of glass shatters, the bridge can still withstand a weight of 5 tons.
Okay. I wonder if they're going to have any of those fake panels that when you step on them, they look like they crack. Those are funny.
That's funny.
You see people like fall to their knees when they step on those.
No thanks.
Remember one of the challenges in Squid Games? Isn't the bridge glass and parts?
Oh, that's right.
Plexiglass and others.
That's a weird bridge one, yeah.
Breakaway glass and others. Did you see Squid Games?
Part of it I didn't.
Oh, it'll keep you up at night, Daddy.
I didn't get that far.
It said it's tested the bridge by allowing heavy trucks.
Yes.
And cars to drive across it.
What was that? You just gave me like a sideways glance. No, you like motioned towards me when you said heavy truck.
Throw them some shade.
Cars to drive across it.
Can you imagine? What if you? Would you want to be that guy?
Would you want to be that guy, Josh?
No. Hey, Bill, we got this thing. I want to show people a little worse. Can you drive the big dump truck across the thing? No.
We'll give you extra pay, Phil. Come on, get out there.
Yeah, any tester of things is a pretty courageous person.
No joke.
Didn't you go on one of these at the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, I've been on the one that goes out. It's like a horseshoe kind of thing, and it goes out, and you look down.
No way.
Pretty wild. And they could only let a certain amount of people out there at once. And
now, do they weigh you, or do they do it based on? Is it an honor?
I don't remember.
Is it an honor system?
Weigh you?
I honestly don't remember if they like.
If there's a limited amount of weight on the thing,
right?
I don't want to be out there with Happy Humphrey and his family. Wait a second, you can't eat donuts till we get back to Earth.
Hey, if we fall, we'll bounce. I don't know about you, pal.
What if there was a tragedy like this, and they interviewed one of the designers, and he said, well, the problem was that last guy, he weighed probably, close to 500 pounds. So we shouldn't have allowed him on the bridge. And,
we had too many Happy Humphreys out there.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah, I do not remember if they eyeballed us or if they asked us our weight or if they weighed us.
No, I was looking at this one, and it looks like there's a frame around each one of the triple panes of glass.
Sure.
Right.
I suppose you could just step on the frames if you were nervous. But the one you were on there, it's just all glass, right?
I mean, most of it was, yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
Did you lie down on it and look down?
No,
People
just walked and looked
on
down.
This one, you see people lying down looking at it.
Yeah, some people were real nervous out there, others not. I liked it.
I think about the only one that I might do is the one in Chicago where it leans out.
Yeah, I've done that.
It leans out.
I did that.
Yeah. But the whole glass bottom, no. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I would do this. I love this stuff.
No. there'd be some puckering going on, Tom. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about kissing.
Got a guy down below with a couple of donkeys and some binoculars, and it's kind of a Danny Thomas thing.
Kind of an upskirt.
Wow.
Well, there goes old Marty Mudfalcon. Waiting to get it hot off the press.
Okay. I'm sorry, is that sports?
Yeah, that's sports.
This is what you farted for.
Good horse racing, good hockey. Boy, what a fun weekend.
NBA basketball?
You know, I didn't watch any. But I know it's popular. And people
I know it's very popular.
Major League Baseball.
Sure, yeah.
Mother's Day, a couple doubleheaders in Mother's Day baseball. Did you know that, Tom? Can you imagine the mother would be happy to go watch a baseball game for 9 hours?
They're out there.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm sure there are, but that would not be me. Maine is one step closer to removing obscene license plates from its roads.
Yeah.
In 2015, the state had severely loosened language restrictions on so-called vanity plates, which led to a steady stream of complaints over the years.
So this is already backfiring?
Yeah. Last week, Maine's Secretary of State released draft rules that falsely suggest an association with a government agency and encourage violence or unlawful activities, attack race or religion, suggest genitalia or sex acts, or represent profane or obscene language.
I think a couple of those should be upheld, but the other two shouldn't.
A public hearing will be scheduled later this month.
I'll let
Josh,
you guess which ones I think.
In Maine, there are about 121,000 vanity license plates on the road, so that's a lot.
I applied for Maine Vein.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Didn't get it.
Oh, they wouldn't give you that one?
Yeah, there's an interesting side light to this. There is a California judge ruled that they can't
do this,
and so we'll have to see what they're going to, if this is going to mean the elimination of vanity plates. But
wow, in California.
Yeah, the suit was brought by Dr. D's Nuts.
Yeah, I see. Which probably has trouble getting a vanity plate.
It says a federal judge ruled in 2020 that California cannot enforce a ban on vanity license plates it considers offensive to good taste and decency.
Oh, I see.
Oh, was that Beauregard Farnsworth D's Nuts? They call him Bofa.
Oh,
yeah.
So
sure.
Of the
that was
Barbarossa?
a federal judge, so we'll see what happens. But I think typically
I think most states do have rules.
Yeah, but the question, are they illegal? And I think it's also safe to say when God takes away a vanity license plate, he replaces it with a bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
I don't have one. Do you have a vanity plate?
No.
I have one.
Christy, you have one.
Yeah.
You know, there were 2 or 3 things that, items of advice that Tom gave me that I take around with me for the rest of my life. One was get a dog.
Yep.
I'd never had a dog until Tom told me to get one. And the other one was, now look, you're going to want to buy vanity license plates. You seem like a guy. And I go, yeah, I think that'd be cool. He goes, well, think about it. Oh, there's Chick's car.
Yep.
Yeah. And you certainly were absolutely correct.
So when yesterday, NCEST mom. Thought that was really interesting.
Oh, that is a rough one, yeah.
I don't get it.
Incest mom, how about that?
I'm guessing her ex got that for
They
her.
wouldn't get that. They wouldn't give that plate out.
No, of course
Stop
not.
it.
Mom, I did this in honor of you.
Have you ever considered getting those eyelashes for your
For my Figaro?
for the front lights?
God, no.
Those are funny, aren't they?
No.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. You need one of those giant keys that make it look like a toy and glue it on the trunk.
There have been some like that, I think.
Yeah.
I can probably show you one of those.
When we come back, we will visit the news desk. Ace Cosby will have his joke of the day.
Come on.
And we'll find out about what's the Wicked Bible. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for the single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my masturbation.
Mr. Béchon, just slap a little on, repeatedly.
Oh, God. Thanks, I needed that.
Is that Mr. Béchon?
Yeah, I think that's the sign.
Mr. Béchon.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
And a good Monday morning to you. My name is Mark Allison. Always good on a Monday to start planning for the upcoming weekend because, as Greg Hahn likes to say, Monday starts the weekend, huh? Am I right? Donnie Baker this weekend at the Farm Bar and Grill in Charleston, West Virginia. That's Friday night, May 13th. And then Saturday, May 14th, Silverados in Black Mountain, North Carolina. That's right, an Appalachian mountain getaway for Donnie Baker, and it's going to be a lot of fun. DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. By the way, Pat Godwin on the road at Lebowski's in Washington, Iowa, coming up this Saturday night, May 14th. PatGodwin.com for more information. Rolling through on Monday, Greg Warren, Reno Collier on the way. Reno right off stage from the Grand Ole Opry and on the Bob and Tom Show Monday. We'll be talking all about it coming up later this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, everybody. Christy Lee with the Bob and Tom News Update. A relatively rare East Coast earthquake centered northeast of South Carolina's capital city of Columbia jolted large numbers of state residents awake. The quake occurred just after 1:30 a.m. this morning and had a preliminary 3.3 magnitude. There were no immediate reports of any damages or injuries. The pre-dawn trembler, pick up. Trembler. That's right. They have Tembler written here. No. The pre-dawn trembler lasted only seconds, but hundreds of people took to social media to describe being shaken awake. The death toll of a powerful explosion at a luxury hotel in Cuba's capital has increased to 31 as search crews with dogs hunted through the rubble of the iconic 19th century building looking for people still missing. The blast took place at the Hotel Saratoga, a 5-star 96-room hotel in Old Havana. It was preparing to reopen after being closed for 2 years when an apparent gas leak ignited, blowing the outer walls into the busy mid-morning streets just a block from the country's Capitol building on Friday. And in Washington, they love a mystery, and the latest one involves who leaked the draft of the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. The decision itself has set off a lot of political reaction on both sides, but it has also unleashed a torrent of speculation about who got hold of the draft, who released it to Politico, and more importantly, why. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello and welcome to Spit Take Theatre. This week's Spit Take Theatre presentation at the water cooler.
Man, I can't wait until the new episodes of Survivor are shown. I've really become addicted to those reality shows.
Oh, I am too. I live for Rupert. I love that guy. I've wanted to be a Survivor contestant ever since the first one. The locations they stay at are so beautiful.
Oh, yeah, they sure are. Hey, would you ever do Big Brother?
Well, actually, I've already done my Big Brother.
Huh?
I haven't done my father or my grandpa yet.
You've slept with your Big Brother Dave?
Well, yeah.
Wow, small world. I slept with your Big Brother Dave.
What?
Yeah, he's cute.
This has been Spit Take Theatre. Wow. Join us next week for another edition of Spit Take Theatre.
All right. Well, that took a nasty turn, didn't it?
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Comedian Etta May has joined us in the studio.
I've got a teenage daughter. Don't send girls to school. You cannot send girls to school without the right kind of clothes. They become outcast amongst their peers.
Oh, yes.
Going to school became a stinking fashion show. We're school shopping. My daughter tells me she's going to need new blue jeans. Okay. I go to Walmart. I get her new blue jeans. Well, you think I pooped in her lunch bucket or something. She wads them up, throws them back at me. She goes, Mother, what are those? Teenage daughters talk like this.
Yeah, they
and all teenage girls seem to think the sound is a word.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening
68.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
He's the sidekick at the sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
Hey there. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick. We have this letter here. This comes to us from Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
Who always misses the first hour of the show.
Not
He goes,
misses.
I like the fact. Chuck writes, I like the fact that Josh waits until the second hour to participate so I can get that extra hour of sleep.
Oh, all right.
Thank you, Chuck.
Well, thank you for waiting to listen
That's
until
not
I'm
always.
doing my
You know,
thing.
has Willie taken that advice as well?
I think so.
You know, this Chuck guy might be onto something, gang. That is a smart guy, this Chuck.
Well, you know, a 3-hour day is not bad.
Nothing wrong with that. My goodness.
Did you tell me that you met a gentleman who had a message for me over the weekend? Is that right?
Yeah, I went to Quincy, Illinois, had a lovely time, got open for Uncle Lair. He is so funny, a little dirty.
Larry.
But can I tell you guys, I was doing the act, and the act was okay, but then I would talk to some guy, say some dirty, terrible, perverted thing.
Sure.
The folks love a bunch of perverts in Quincy, gang. They like the dirty stuff down there
That
in
would
Quincy.
explain Uncle Larry being there.
Yeah. But a man walked up to me and he goes, hey, you got to go up to Chick, go up to your dad. You got to let him know you met the guy that hit 32 deer. And he said it like it was this code.
32 deer.
So he called in, he talked to you guys.
32 deer in a lifetime?
I don't remember. In my head, it was 32 deer in a year because that sounds better.
Whoa.
But it could have just been 32 deer.
32 deer.
Those are good lifetime numbers.
Exactly.
Pat, what's your lifetime number right
That would be 3. I did 2 in 1 year, though.
Okay.
Wow. 32?
That's a lot.
You're almost looking for him at that point.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like those weren't accidents, all of them, right?
That's murder. How many cars are you after a certain point, just bike places?
Was he on a reserve?
I'm guessing he doesn't have a little baby car like I have. He has like one of those trucks with a
Got to have something.
a gigantic bumper on the
I love
front
the
or
smell
something.
of Bondo in the morning. Well, now,
32.
I'm glad you had a good time. We got some more shows coming up. Details.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming out. Thank you for feeding me. Oh, my gosh, so fun.
Coming up today, we're going to talk with comedian Greg Warren. By the way, coming up in June, he'll be at the Looney Bin in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Oh, I have to leave right before the Greg Warren report.
Okay, in a couple of Saturdays,
Because I want to.
It'll be May 21st. Catchy Tours, Ilian, New York, Willie G, and Josh Arnold.
Yes.
That'll be another great show.
Oh, that's
Only one person is coming back from that trip.
Yeah, we're going to be on the road for a while.
Right?
Like a 12-hour drive or something?
Close.
Coming up Saturday, May 14th at Lebowski's in Washington, Iowa. It's Pat Godwin.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm out again. It's fun.
Heard a lot of good things about that place.
Now, we were also talking about, Willie, I mentioned that we had dinner last night and we had takeout Chinese.
Really good.
And the fortune cookies, you'll back me up on this, 3 of them were the same.
Yeah, they were some similar fortune cookies.
Similar, they're the same. They had the same. They had the same gambling numbers and everything.
And they were advertised. They're not gambling numbers. They were lucky numbers. And they were. It was an advertisement. It makes a lot of sense.
What were they advertising? Do you know?
Yeah, it was for places that help you get jobs and stuff. Those places.
Oh, cool,
Yeah.
good.
And there's a little QR code on there, so you could get it on your phone. It's a very good idea, but it is better when everybody has their own little fortune.
It is.
Sure.
Yeah, it is good. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Hey, can I share with them something that you said last night? night?
Oh, boy.
He took Finley to go see a movie, Bad Guys, animated movie, animals talking, a lot of fun.
Which I usually like. I thought it was terrible.
And he put his earbuds in and listened to an audiobook inside the movie theater.
He did admit that.
You know what? That's not going to bother anybody.
No.
But right? Yeah.
Well, was your phone lit?
No. And I was in the last row anyway.
You weren't checking emails or playing Wordle on full brightness?
I might have played a couple of Wordle games. No,
if there were still people in that same row.
No, they couldn't. There was almost nobody there except the people who were letting their kids run amok. And,
I see. Yeah, that's that has been happening lately. Yeah,
there's the theater right there. You can imagine why.
You don't run amok in a movie theater.
Did everyone hear that closeted?
I
the
heard
theater is right there.
I know what he meant.
You can imagine why.
Yep.
You heard that.
Here's a great fortune a guy got.
Not great.
This comes to us from Sean. He writes, I got a fortune cookie the other night. It said, "You are in great company. I was eating alone."
Well,
that wasn't wrong.
Hey, if you don't like yourself, who are you going to like here,
Like
Tom?
Woody Allen said, that's why I love masturbation. It's sex with somebody I love. Boy, that may have been a problematic quote. But here's one. I've got one too, Tom.
Yeah, what is it?
I keep getting the same fortune, says Barry. Bad luck and extreme misfortune will haunt your pathetic soul for eternity. You keep getting it.
He's being talkative.
you might want to go to church.
Somebody's trying to send him a message.
Maybe get some Mexican.
Pathetic is used very well there.
Yeah. Here's another list from Kitchen Authority of sayings for fortune cookies. Here's one. You love Chinese food. That's really lame. That is just lame. Wow.
That's really just the obvious, right?
He who throws dirt is losing ground.
Hilarious.
That sort of sounds like means something. It doesn't.
What about my favorite, the man who farteth in church, sit in own pew?
That is very good.
Those are
Is that on there anywhere?
You know, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with fortune cookies.
Do you?
I love them because I think they're fun and tasty. I hate them because when I get Chinese takeout, there are typically 4 or 5 in the bag. Meaning, they thought what I ordered was for a family.
How many chopsticks do you want, Mr. Arnold?
But
3.
If there's any industry, they shouldn't do that because I think people always order Chinese food. They always have leftovers, and they order that way. I think, don't they? I mean,
I would think so.
It's always the best the next day.
But my rule is I just take one fortune cookie and open it, and that's the fortune and the fortune cookie. The rest
don't count.
I save them and give them to my nieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm a big fan. I just was a little disappointed. It was the girls' first experience with fortune cookies, and 3 of us had the same fortune, which it's just not right.
We got to get you a hotline that you think you're talking to someone important that's going to figure your issues out. 'Cause this is nothing. I mean, we're not going to figure this fortune cookie thing out, right?
You know, he's not. That's a great idea.
I want to find out how we could advertise on fortune cookies.
Probably we could find that. Yeah, we can find out.
This sounds perfect for us to try to advertise on.
But see, then we would get to write the fortunes.
I don't think that's how it works.
No,
but if it is,
the
we
fortunes
have to do it.
already exist. They probably say A side, B side. We get the B side. I would think.
Now we could sell our own fortune cookies.
You could QR code it, and then when you go to the QR code, it has your
And
fortune.
this did have a QR code on it. The fortune cookies. Would you like to do a fortune? Would you like to write one, Christy?
No. I'm not a writer.
What if I forwarded you to?
Forwarded you me to?
What do you mean, write a fortune? What do you
make one up.
No.
Does it have to be funny?
No, it could be profound. It could be meaningful.
Here, I'll write you.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you could write. You could write something.
So isn't it
like,
enough we have to write songs for people to come in, and now we got to do this? No.
You could write
your fortune.
Talking about.
Unfold that.
Okay, Josh.
Okay,
wrote
Josh.
me a
Okay, what does it say?
Nice.
Isn't that nice?
Can I say that?
Sure.
You have nice boobs.
No, that's not nice.
What do you mean that's not nice?
You wouldn't want that fortune? I'd like that fortune. That's great.
You know, it came with a second fortune.
Yeah. now you're actually physically writing them out for her to read them.
Two fortunes to say.
Very complimentary.
Read that out loud.
I can't say that, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, let me touch them is what it says.
Now the fortune cookie's being a little misbehaved.
Yeah.
Hey, this isn't me. These are the fortune cookies.
Yeah, mine it says
me too.
The lady from HR will be calling Tom today.
Oh, the one with the DSLs?
We lost her, remember?
That's right.
I think they should call it HO. That's pretty good. Hey, the whole lady's coming down. Better watch it.
If you've got a good fortune, by all means, let us know. Bob and Tom at Bob and Tom.
What would you write in the fortune
Here we go,
cookie?
Tom. Here. To open your virtual fortune cookie, simply click the button below.
All right.
There we go. If you've, opportunity is knocking at your front door.
Oh.
Well, if it's at your back door,
It doesn't say anything.
No, it's his birthday.
Relish the transitions in your life. They will happen anyway.
Huh.
Well, that's just...
Yeah, so you might as well enjoy them.
A lot of them
I
are
like
very
that.
vague. Okay to look at the past and the future, just don't stare.
That's right. You don't need to
dwell on it.
Exactly.
Here's a poser, a head scratcher. Feeding a cow with roses does not get extra appreciation.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now you take that out and make it a great day, all right?
Okay.
This one, this is a weird fortune from a fortune cookie. You've been poisoned. Wow, that's
the waiter knows you've been mocking him.
The numbers are just in the day you were born and the day it is today.
Yeah.
Those aren't rice.
Okay, one more. It's not advisable to leap before you look, but that may be all that you have time for.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Here, this one's very, very specific and weird. This is, once again, from the Kitchen Authority. It says, person who gives self haircut after rice wine will be buzzed.
That's funny.
That's not bad. That is funny.
I guess.
Bowl haircut.
It's cute.
Okay.
Yeah, don't cut your hair when you're drinking. That's always a
Or
bad
do.
idea.
Enjoy life.
I wish more people did.
Do you?
Oh, drunk cut? Yeah. In fact, I think there should be a franchise of hairstylists called Drunk Cut. A lot of ear Band-Aids.
That's right.
Actually, a lot of the haircuts I'm seeing these days look like they were done by
No eyebrows.
at a pet store.
Drunk cuts.
Okay. You want the Hitler Youth? Okay, it's very popular. Right now,
Even he's getting tired of it.
coming up, we have the Ace Cosby joke of the day, of course. Comedian Greg Bourne will be joining us. Comedian Reno Collier will be joining us. We've got an interesting thing about another flight delay caused by a passenger problem. I guess we'll just put it that way. And interesting thing happened at a Goodwill store. Someone bought something. It's worth quite a bit of cash now.
I bet working in the airline industry would be a lot easier if it weren't for the passengers.
Yes. I think the people that work hauling freight are a lot happier right now.
I bet.
The freight doesn't get too drunk and climb out on the wing. Right now, I want to talk about food. We've been talking about food and fortune cookies. How about HelloFresh? HelloFresh is a great system. It is a system. They do the shopping. They do the measuring. They deliver the fresh food to your door, and then you prepare great restaurant-quality meals, things like sweet heat shrimp, tempura bowls, one-pan cheesy beef tortilla melts. Willie, what have you been working on over there?
One of my favorites, the Salsa Verde pork tacos with Monterey Jack and Southwest crema. HelloFresh sends you 9 ingredients. You put them together in 6 easy steps, and in a half hour, you have these delicious tacos from our friends at HelloFresh.
Oops, here's the deal. What happens is you get started by going to HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Now, the code, once again, is BTShow16 at HelloFresh.com. What does that mean? It's part of a special program of 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. And we're talking about the kind of food that you're into, whatever your lifestyle may be. They have family-friendly. They have fit and wholesome. They have low-carb, whatever you want. More than 50 chef-curated recipes every week. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. You'll look forward to making them. The kids will love them. They can do what you, by the way, you can do, I should say, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Get all the details and check out all the menu by going to HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. That's BTShow16 at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Check your garage. Check your shed. Is the lawnmower still in there? We got a lawnmower thief on the loose.
Oh, no.
And on video, and he also cut the guy's grass first? What the hell's that all about? We'll find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Hey, good morning. Did you catch the Kentucky Derby over the weekend? Congratulations to Rich Strike. Again, wasn't even supposed to be in the Derby. Went off at an 80 to 1 odd, something like that. Amazing. Great story there. You always like to see that in sports, the unexpected, and it happened at the Kentucky Derby. Again, the horse came in, wasn't even supposed to be running, filling in for another scratched horse. And next thing you know, boom, winner's circle. Hello. Hope you put some money down on that pony. At any rate, we talked all about it last week, so you never know what you're going to learn and the knowledge you're going to glean on the Bob and Tom Show. Did we talk about that horse? No, we did not. Why? Because it wasn't supposed to be running. That's why it's so exciting. 80-1, the Kentucky Derby. Hope you caught it. At any rate, we roll through a Monday. Greg Warren and Reno Collier coming up. Stay tuned. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. James Harden, 31 points. The Sixers tied their Eastern Conference semifinal series 2 games each, beat the Heat 116-108. And the Mavericks have evened their Western Conference semifinal series 2 games each, 111-101 win over the Suns in Dallas yesterday. NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, Boston, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, and L.A. getting the wins yesterday. Major League Baseball and interleague action, Angels beat Washington. American League winners, Texas and the Yankees split the Mother's Day doubleheader, also winning the White Sox, Cleveland, Kansas City, Houston, Minnesota, Seattle, Texas, and Baltimore. National League, the Phillies and the Mets split a Mother's Day doubleheader, also winning Atlanta, Cincinnati, Arizona, San Francisco, San Diego, and the Dodgers. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office. Well, this comes from young Davey Radonovich. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davey, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davey, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
The Space Shuttle astronauts are halfway through their 7-day research mission. Endeavour is expected to become an orbiting maternity ward today when frog eggs that were fertilized earlier in the mission start to hatch. Now,
we are scheduled to hook up with Commander Thompson. We should hook up right now, I believe.
Hello, Houston.
They're speaking with Bob and Tom. Hello, Endeavour.
Hello, Spaceship Earth. This is Captain Thompson.
Hey, Captain, how are you?
Captain, how are you?
We're doing great. We do a lot of experiments up here.
Yeah, we're just reading about the one involving the frog.
The South African clawed frogs. The eggs are about to hatch any moment now, aren't they?
Very excited. As a matter of fact, it looks like they might be hatching about now.
Oh, good.
You people might be the first ones on Earth to hear what's going on.
Well, great.
There they come.
This is exciting.
Some little critter coming out of there. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, God! Oh, help me!
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You said you used to be a teacher?
Yeah, I was a PE teacher.
Gym teacher.
Gym, yeah. And I don't know, I was telling you I about drinking. I like to drink, and I'd like to teach. I don't know if that's right, but yeah, it was just so hot, man. And you had to stand outside in the heat all day. And when you drink and the kid thinks you smell like, liquor and... I found that I just had to lie. You have to be a really good liar to teach school because parents come in there like you guys were talking about dodgeball. This woman, I kid you not, came into me for parent-teacher conference and goes, I don't understand why Bobby doesn't do better in dodgeball. And you got to be like, because Bobby doesn't apply himself, but you're thinking because Bobby throws like a little fruit. That's why. Look at his dad. It's not my fault, You wanted an athlete, marry a guy who stands up straight with a straight wrist. I can't fix that. Just don't, make sure he pays attention in art class because this ain't happening.
He has a great sense of color.
Yeah.
But I can't stand the
the endorsements that come after that, because everybody's going to have their own shoe and selling shoes and telling these kids to buy shoes. Because honestly, I don't care what kind of shoe an athlete wears, and neither should you. My question is, what kind of shoe does a black surgeon or lawyer wear? What is Johnny Cochran wearing? That should be the commercial. When you can get a brother off a double homicide the whole world knows he's guilty of, that's a bad shoe.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Why don't you like me? I like you.
Who said I didn't like you?
How did you know I was talking to you?
Good point.
Hi, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
Don't take his side.
I'm not taking his side.
Pat Godwin in the Performance Center.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
I have a fun fortune cookie here, and this has happened to me as well.
Oh, that's exciting. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. Howdy. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
He was a sleepy duck today.
Chick, come on.
And I,
Yeah,
Chick
you're so
McGee.
cute.
The boy worked hard this weekend.
He's my dad. I sent him a formal email, and I said,
Of course you did.
Good morning,
Daddy.
Father.
No.
I'm tired. I'm a sleepy boy. And he was nice about it.
I told you last night, take the first hour off because you had a late gig.
Did you tuck him in when he was a little baby?
Will, tie.
You tuck him in when he's a baby Wilbur?
When I was going, baby Wilbur, it's time to go to sleep. You were a good sleeper. You went to bed for
Look at that.
Have you had any calicky babies?
Colicky?
Colicky. No, calicky, where they have one hair sticking out.
Oh, yeah.
Cowlicky. They hated those
had
one
that.
cats. Cowlicky baby. Oh,
Nice save, Josh.
But now we are talking about fortune cookies because once again we had Chinese takeout last night for the first time in quite some time, and I was trying to introduce my little girls to fortune cookies.
Yeah.
And I was somewhat disappointed that three of us had the exact same fortune cookie, the same fortune, and the same lucky numbers. So something's amiss. They gotta spread them out a little longer. Here's a good one for you. You see, you've got a good fortune. Here we go. This comes to us from we'll call him Mr. A.B.
Hey, Mr. A.B.
A man who walks through airport door sideways is going to Bangkok.
That's not bad.
This is a real one. Eric from Michigan writes, wife got fortune cookie that said, every exit can be an entrance. Immediately looked at me and said, absolutely not.
Hilarious.
You see, I think they were going for something a little more lofty than sodomy on that one.
Of course.
What about that booty hole?
Jay and Quincy says,
Sorry.
I write this for my underground bunker. I once got a cookie from a now-closed Chinese restaurant in our town that had a completely blank fortune paper inside.
Oh, my God.
I didn't go out for a week. I, too, have gotten that.
Completely
It was just a blank strip of paper.
Here we go.
I was afraid it was going to start fading away.
This is the same thing here. No fortune. Is that a sign?
Yeah, you had the same thing?
Yeah. I don't know what that means. That's what this guy says here. You got no fortune.
Well, of course you're going to have a misprint every now and then.
Oh, here you go. This is from Brian. My fortune cookie said big things coming your way. The next month, start going through a divorce.
Oh.
There you go.
Going through the big D, I don't mean Dallas.
How about this? Here's a fortune for you from Mitchell. Man with hole in pocket will feel cocky all day.
I love those.
We need like a gong for fortune cookie time. Bong.
Maybe not.
I don't think we do.
I like this one. The soup you just ate was a secret family recipe. I hope you like toad.
Well,
I don't think that the restaurant will be doing that. That just seems unusually mean. And can we grab that, please?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Donnie, how are you?
You call them fortune cookies, I'll call them crunchy camel toes. I swear to God. Bet you can't eat just one. You turn a fortune cookie to the side and stare at it, you'll get on the right path. Hey, I've been rehearsing for my debut on Patty Ferguson's new internet cooking show on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Well, I'm going to be a special guest on this week's Spring Barbecue Grill Out episode. It's called Patty Ferguson Between the Buns.
Oh.
because thanks to you, Dix, between the knees was already taken.
Yeah.
But I'm being introduced as special barbecue bartender Donnie Baker.
Oh, good.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Summer's on deck, friends. So I thought I'd share my famous Donnie's spicy midday margarita recipe.
Good.
First, you're going to start with 7 parts tequila. Oh, and remember, the cheaper the tequila, the better the party.
Oh.
I was going to remind people this. People who buy expensive tequila are just dicks that are showing off. And I'll say all that right to their face. Except the Red Rocker Sammy Hagar's. I love that dude. So, Mr. Hagar's, please send me a free bottle. Anyway, expensive or cheap, when you're drinking tequila regular, all night's in the same. You face down in a bus station urinal. I swear to God. Or even worse, you wake up after being passed out under like a baby's crib, only to realize you don't own a crib or even a baby. Now, keep this in mind. The next time you're buying for your party, expensive tequila might help a little with the hangover next day, but cheap tequila help the wet T-shirt contest get started right now. No, man. Hell, I've seen a wet T-shirt contest break out in the patio department at Costco before.
Wow.
Oh, I know, and that was during what I believe was their last ever free tequila tasting. So anyways, take your 7 parts tequila, your choice, throw in that blender like with 3 cups of ice, some fresh limes, everybody likes limes, a splash of orange juice. That's the secret ingredient. I got tired of trying to pronounce Canotro at the liquor store. So I tried orange juice one time, and that led to the 3rd best 3-way of my life. So I've been doing it ever since. For the spice, some people like to rim the glass with chili powder and stuff like that. But the fact remains, I don't want anyone rimming anything near my crouch. Like Christy said. So I just throw in a single jalapeno in the blender, and that'll add enough heat to get you through a mild winter. And if you don't have a fresh jalapeno on hand, a quick blast of like mace or pepper spray works just as good. So, ladies and gentlemen, go out and make yourself some Donnie spicy midday margaritas. And please be responsible. Don't drink and cut the grass and flip-flops. And don't be out in the front yard drunk, hosting a wet T-shirt contest and your kids get, home off the school bus. Okay, how'd I do?
Oh, you did
very good. Yeah,
good recipe.
Not bad for a dry run. I'm ready for the tape. Patty, put your shirt back on. The school bus is coming.
Oh no. Donnie's, does that look like a good margarita recipe, Christy?
No, not well.
Do you like salt on the rim?
No salt.
Okay, all right. Just
Okay. I was looking up naughty fortune cookies, and I got naughty fortune cookies, of course, but I also got naughty crayons.
What?
They have different colors than the colors you're normally used to on the crayons.
Yeah.
Instead of magenta, it's ATM magenta.
Why? Why ATM magenta?
I don't know.
Who are these for?
Bondage rope brown, pull my hair pink, slutty stepmom scarlet.
Oh, my God.
I think I'm going to cream.
Who are these for?
It's awful. It's awful. But they have a fortune-telling beer glass.
Oh, really?
Okay, now picture this. Your beer glass.
A glass.
Your beer glass has, but in the bottom it looks like an 8-ball.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those little. So when you drink it down, you just shake the glass, and there's a fortune in the bottom. But that's kind of cool.
That is fun.
Yeah. Get a fortune cookie each and every time. A brand new fortune.
Okay. Well, if you've got a good fortune, by all means, pass it along to us. Here's one. This guy said, "I don't even know what this means." He said, "It said." Here, I'll read it. It goes as follows. One's always regrets what could have done. Remember next time.
I think there was something lost in translation.
Yeah.
Missing something.
Yeah.
Do you think he was voice to text or something?
I think it was Chinese to English, but it was a poor translation.
Well, in the beginning, weren't these all sort of classic Chinese sayings, and now they've been taken over by, I don't know, greeting card writers? I don't know. But if you've got a good fortune, by all means, send it to us. We'd certainly love to see it. Here's one, kind of a religious bent. It says, atheism is no fun, no holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, there are no. Would there be?
Nice Cinco de Mayo, St. Patty's Day.
Labor Day.
I think we all still get to have fun with those ones, right?
Well, we stand corrected, don't we?
July 4th of July.
Here's a fortune from the sports desk.
Okay.
Baseball wrong. Man with 4 balls cannot walk.
Woman who flies in airplane upside down have crack up.
Now, these are just...
I've heard that one. Yep.
Okay, so maybe we should do our own. Think people would buy them if we sold them online? The Bob Tom fortune cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well I'll look into that.
You can buy them, but you can buy bags of fortune cookies, have them sent to your house.
But I mean, we could do our own custom fortune cookies.
Are we gonna actually do this? Or are we gonna?
We can. I know
Are we gonna make it mean, like eat S and die in a couple of them or something?
No. I don't like that. Make them happy.
I don't like that.
Make them funny.
Christy, you'd be good at making them happy.
No,
and
I'm
sweet.
not good. I have been...
Something like love the one you're with.
I never cared for that sentiment.
That almost encourages cheating.
Yeah, it does.
Or settling. Yeah, I don't care for it.
Love the one you're with.
I mean, what if you live with your mom?
That's creepy.
Well, then you get that license plate we mentioned before.
You know, there are many different
Incest
forms.
mom.
There are many
Vanity
forms of love.
I know you don't think this, but Steven Still's kind of a dick.
Yeah,
cheating.
It doesn't have to be a physical love. I love you, and we're not physical.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh is sad. Disappointed.
Pat, I got a request over here.
All right.
This is one of those songs that you developed based on a news story.
Uh-oh.
This is a rather unusual news story. There's a lot of interesting things in the world of medicine these days. And this one comes to us from the journal Science Daily. And you're thinking, this
every day. This is new science every day.
New research indicates that fecal transplants might be able to reverse the aging process. I mean, for those of us of a certain age, that it gets to the point you go, I really wish I.
Is that where you are? Are you not even starting something coming into focus as far as when it gets here? I'm going to be okay. You've never thought of that? You're going to exhaust every
follow the Clint Eastwood rule, which is don't let the old man in. And, that's how you stay young. But this
My fortune cookie says I'll never have to hear the word fecal ever again.
See? Sometimes they're wrong, aren't
they? These experiments from the Quadram Institute, lead author Dr. Amy Parker talks about that
I think it's Amy.
In the search for eternal youth, fecal transplants may be the key. They took mice, and the older mice were given fecal transplants from younger mice, and it reversed what they say here, the hallmarks of aging in the gut. The hallmarks of aging in the gut, eyes, and brain. Huh. So, this could be a thing. 10 years from now, you could be kind of walk. I don't know if you have to find a match. Or if,
can we be donors?
I mean, I don't know if it's like being a sperm donor or what, but when it comes to this kind of transplantation, Pat, you have a tribute?
You have a request, you say?
Yes, I do.
All right, fine. We are feeling older as the days go by. Can do something about it today. Oh yeah. Fecal microbiota from the young to the old make our brain, gut and eyes much younger, they say. Poop transplantation.
Everybody.
Poop transplantation is making me young.
That's wrong. It's not. That's not the beat.
It's making me young. With another man's tongue. Poop transplantation.
And the dung thing was funny for the drum beat.
No, because it
eats up the joke.
Yeah, when he says
he previews the joke.
Well, if it's that delicate,
you don't want to tell.
Okay, come on.
Now I have
write a joke.
Comedies like
I have said this song. I have sent this song to the man we believe played the original drum.
He did, actually.
So,
Yeah, he played
on
that.
So we'll.
And he wrote back, please stop bothering.
Yes.
We'll get a full report on that, I think.
We have a quick sports update. Not a big deal, but I just want to tell everybody that Saquon Barkley has graduated from the Penn State University over the weekend, this Saturday. So do you think it actually happened when they announced his name? And he went up.
Saquon Barkley and 10,000 people.
Saquon Barkley! They had to, right?
One can hope.
Gosh, I hope.
That's great. Good for him. That's great.
That would have been great.
Yes.
But good for him for graduating.
Yes.
Hey, I missed sports earlier, and I have not watched Sports Center yet. Is John Morant going to be healthy, or is he out the rest of this year?
He's probably most likely out for the at least game. What would this be? 5-4. He's out for today.
Thank you very much.
Pretty
Chick,
much.
I get my sports.
And now they're saying that Jordan Poole grabbed his knee on purpose, which if you watched the replay, he was grabbing at the ball, the knee got, but that coach, whoever is the Grizzly coach, and I'll ask the sports guy, he'll know. He, you did it on purpose. You're breaking the code. There's a difference between grabbing at the ball and hitting the guy's knee and clobbering the guy over the head when he's in midair trying to make a layup and break.
Well, you got to do that, otherwise you might make the layup.
and breaks
Once again,
elbow.
Josh's take on interference in the NFL.
No such thing.
Jared, why would you want to tackle a guy with the ball's coming at him?
Because he might catch it.
What about goaltending in basketball, where the ball is clearly going down and going in?
You smack it out of the way so it doesn't go in the net. I'm telling you.
Defense, isn't it?
Just get a tall guy and have him shove his arm up in the hole and stand there the whole time.
That's right.
That works.
Okay.
Or you could get a little guy to sit on the basketball net.
Are you allowed to have a guy jump on a guy's shoulders and run down like he's...
In my NBA?
Yes.
Yes. That's called the two-man...
You know that guy who broke his elbow, Gary Payton?
Off.
The second? He's Gary Payton's son, but he doesn't want to be called Gary because he doesn't like his father. He wants to be called Dwayne. I don't know why he picked Dwayne, but that's what he wants. That's my favorite sports story so far this
Why
year.
do they call it chicken fighting when you have people on your shoulders?
Chicken fight.
Yeah, why don't they call that fish fighting?
I mean,
you're in water. You got one of those right at the back of your
chickens.
neck.
You don't put chickens on
You guys
your
are
neck.
looking at me like I invented it. I don't know. I don't know why it's called chicken.
Don't you have that question? Join us.
That may be the most valid question and most profound question ever asked on this show.
And you're not...
No sense.
And you have to be kind of brave to sit on the shoulders of somebody so that you're not being a chicken.
You're not a
It's
chicken.
the greatest.
I
So
don't
much fun.
get it.
And how come when guys play with you, Christy, they insist that they face backwards?
Yes. Why is that?
I think
I demand.
How about instead of fish fight, some people might be all put off by that.
Yeah.
I get it. Clam fight. How about that?
Okay.
I think it's from now on it's called clam fight.
Clam fight!
Yeah.
And you do this with your clam fight! And you get a girl, put her on your shoulders. Clam fight!
So, by the way, a closed circuit. I went to a great place called The Garage where they have all these great restaurants. And
Oh, I love that place.
Isn't that
It's
great?
my favorite
Yeah,
theater.
when you were there, was the woman there with the very tight brown pants and a camel toe the size of a watermelon?
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, ma'am, for God's sake, someone say something.
It was quite the topic of conversation. Yes.
Yeah, she walked by.
Oh, boy.
When you do that, it actually makes the sound.
Stop.
I'm sorry, what sound was that?
Clam fight! Clam fight! Clam fight!
When we come back, we have a really cool beer story. We've got a statue that is they erected an erection, I guess. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
And rolling through on Monday, May 9th, don't forget about Bob and Tom Tonight, the video webcast of highlights of today's show tonight. It's a 4-hour radio show, but we take the very best of today's show and roll it into a TV webcast video presentation. I'm so excited about it, I can barely talk about it. Bob and Tom Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Where do I find it? Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, our Facebook page. Check out bobandtom.com for more details. Greg Warren and the Warren Report coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Reno Collier in the 9 o'clock hour. Stay tuned.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom Entertainment News Desk. Willie Nelson had to cancel out of the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival and 2 other shows over the weekend. The musician's website reports there was a positive COVID test in the band. That meant they scrubbed the shows Friday, Saturday, and yesterday at the Jazz Fest. Nelson wasn't the only cancellation due to COVID. Melissa Etheridge announced Thursday she couldn't perform because a member of her crew had tested positive. Country star Mickey Gilley has died at the age of 86 in Branson, Missouri. He'd been in falling health over the past week, but had performed as recently as last month. Gilley apparently passed peacefully with his family and close friends by his side, according to his website. He was the cousin of rock pioneer Jerry Lee Lewis, but made a name for himself as a musician, scoring 39 top 10 country hits and 17 number 1 songs. His self-named club Gilley's, which featured a mechanical bull, inspired the film Urban Cowboy, which starred John Travolta and Deborah Winger. Floyd is mourning this morning, and that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello and welcome to Spit Take Theater. This week's Spit Take Theater presentation, The Important Meeting.
Hello, Jenkins here.
Mr. Jenkins, this is Phil Johnson.
Phil, glad you called.
Good morning. I'm not going to be able to make it into work today. I'm sick.
You what?
I'm sorry, I just can't make it into work today. I'm sick.
No, Johnson, listen. I got a phone call last night.
Yeah?
I talked to the client.
Uh-huh.
Today's the big presentation.
Today?
Yeah, today. It's going to be big.
Oh, I can't make it into work today. I'm sick.
Johnson, this is the big presentation. Besides that, frankly, you don't sound sick to me.
Oh, yeah? I'm sleeping with my dad. Is that sick enough for you?
This has been Spit Take Theater. Join us next week for another edition of Spit Take Theater.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Actually, I'm doing a CNN interview at 10, or else I'd go with him. I'm doing Larry King.
first time. I'm very excited. Yeah, I just want him to go, Saskatchewan, hello! Can you turn down the electric blanket? Turn off the fan above the oven. I go, you know what we're going to do, Larry? We're going to try to get your shoulders a little higher. Can you do that? Why are my suspenders so tight? Because they don't go around your Larry. That's why they go. See, if you let them go, the shoulders will do that. You won't look like you look like a vulture in heat. Muncie, hello. Question for the skinhead.
I actually I have a sexual fantasy associated with the earthquake.
Go.
All right, woke chick up. In my fantasy, I am making love to this woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she feels the earth move beneath her.
Ah, yes.
And then she rolls over on top of me and shields me from debris. Safety first, everybody. Safety first.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Josh, I have to blow my nose. Were you
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I'll take over.
No, come on.
Let Josh do it.
Nobody wants
Josh, go ahead.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey, Josh.
I know that you're coming off of a wonderful Mother's Day, and let me tell you, you deserve it. You're an amazing mom.
Okay, this stinks on ice. Let me step in here.
Oh,
there's Pat Godwin in the performance room. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
Christy Lee at the news desk. Have a great day yesterday.
I don't
Super. There's Ace Cosby. Hey, there's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee at the sports desk, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. Okay, congratulations on another successful Mother's Day outing, Christy. I know you and your girls had fun.
And to all the moms out there.
Stayed at home and they cooked for me. It was wonderful. I got a beautiful necklace.
They did my bidding. And I told them.
Well, you know what? Even if they did, good. That's what it's about.
No,
I hope you don't get
wonderful.
pregnant, is what I kept saying all day.
No, let him suffer. Keep going with this. No, this is really exciting. For maybe just for me, but now what are you going to say to her next?
How about this?
What?
How about we take Willie's sperm
and
one of their eggs and we breed a race of super broadcasters? What do you think?
Oh,
could be fun.
I think Tom's into it.
Wait a second.
Why don't we let it happen, carnally?
This show could go on forever, Tom.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean forever. Instead of just feeling like it. You know what?
This may be the best idea you've had.
Okay, yeah.
Now, we are moving forward, and we do not have an answer yet. Christy asked a profound question, because this is the show where you come to for those profound questions, the higher concepts that dictate the laws of the universe. Why do they call it a chicken fight when you're in a pool and someone's on your shoulder?
Yeah, it makes no sense to me.
Don't know.
I thought it was kind of based on the chicken car driving game where you're driving at each other and you go away at the last minute, and it was just sort of one way versus the other, and it's kind of risky because you're in a pool.
First of all, I think what we should mention here is that, first of all, other than naming it, whoever thought of this was a guy. And he's a genius.
Of course,
absolutely. Yeah, he wanted
a way for a guy to be able to have a woman on your shoulders and grab her legs and feel her, up against the back of your neck.
There's always the joke about turning around. And
it's genius.
Then when you dunk down and things go.
The only problem, the only drawback is the naming of it.
Yeah.
No chickens in the water.
No chickens.
And then why Marco
don't
Polo?
Fight.
Why not?
Well, I guess they do fight.
Why is it Marco Polo?
Because he was in the water.
Like Ponce de Leon.
Yeah. Vasco da Gama.
Yeah, sure.
Because he went
Columbus,
to find
Balboa.
What did Marco Polo find?
Spaghetti.
Oh.
I thought he found a bunch of the collared shirts with a nice little...
Oh,
That's still one of my favorite commercials.
That was a good one.
Where the real Marco Polo is in the pool in his suit. Hey, I'm not right here. That's brilliant.
You like that, don't you?
Oh, I love that one. That was great. Now, we have some interesting stuff going on in the world of news. However, sometimes you need a palate cleanser in life, and that's what this is for.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
I learned this weekend how to make a small fortune betting on the Derby.
Oh.
Start with a large fortune.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Know what happened there?
Okay, now that...
Unfunny and poorly delivered.
I had it all.
The execution lacked pretty much everything.
In Ace's defense, he didn't sleep much last night. Poor guy. He's tired.
A lot of screaming, yelling.
No.
SWAT team at the door, stuff like that.
No, he just said he didn't sleep very
I'm sorry to hear that, Ace.
Once again, you guys know. I'm sorry you have to hear this, Ace. I am not identifying the body. You guys know that. Right?
Now, Ace,
you
actually
have to go.
I don't have it handy. You had a love letter congratulating you on Friday's Ace Cosby joke of the day.
Got a bunch of mail on that.
A bunch of mail on that.
Now, do you remember that one?
Huh?
How could we forget?
Do you remember the joke?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we do it? Let's go back with the newly acquired Bob and Tom Show time machine.
I don't remember it.
Excuse me, the Bob and Tom Show time machine. We now go back to Friday. TGIF.
Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
I bought a horse. I'm going to put him in the Kentucky, the Belmont.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I named him My Face because, Tom, My Face is my past. I named him My Face. I can just hear the crowd cheering him on. Go, go, come on, My Face, come on, My Face.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
I remember it now.
Yeah,
The one you chose.
shocked that you...
I got it now.
You forget it?
And that got fan mail, huh?
Well, it got mail.
That's my boss.
My daughter was in the car, and I didn't know.
Here we go. Okay, here we go about this letter.
No, let's hear another joke. I like it.
More fortune cookie talk. This comes to us from Kingsport, Tennessee. Hello, Sherry. She writes, woman who cooks carrots and peas in same pot is unsanitary.
What?
Carrots and peas, see? But it could be P-E-A-S or it could be P-E-E-S. Woman who cooks carrots and peas. Boy, these carrots sure taste urine-y. Okay.
Wouldn't it be cooks carrots and pea?
Well,
no.
There's yeah.
No, it
Cooked
would not
carrots
be.
and peas and
The version I've heard is different.
Christy, well, never mind. We'll find out about the chicken thing coming up.
All
No,
right.
I just.
No, it's a very valid question.
Chicken fights?
Chicken fights. Yeah. What did I say?
No, I said there.
Can I talk about the sandwich thing in hopes that we get an answer
Yes.
sent to us?
Oh,
That was
God.
fascinating.
No, it's wrong.
What happened?
No, you just blew all of our minds.
My brain has been melting all weekend because I read this so-called scientific fact.
See,
Willie, I think
no, this is what you get for reading.
I suppose.
Well, there's that.
What'd you read about?
So it was a post on. It was on Instagram.
Oh, then it's got to be true.
Well, that's why I'm putting that out there to let you know exactly where this was. But it seemed to be one of those reputable pages that tells you about science. I follow some of these, and it'll say things like, "Did you know a black hole can contain?" So
Is this the place that says that Bigfoot exists? And
no, it's not.
Is a fry cook?
It's not. You can turn your mic off while I explain all this. So,
no, feel free. Go ahead, turn your mic off.
The post said. It started with the geometry here is far too long to explain.
Okay.
But if you cut a sandwich diagonally as opposed to right down the middle, you get more sandwich. That's what it says.
There's a whole article on this, Josh.
It's impossible.
And it seemed...
So that means if you cut a square into two triangles as opposed to two rectangles.
Yes, you get
the triangles have more square footage.
I think you get more bites because the way you attack it differently because of the changed.
Or is it
surface.
because the knife is making a longer cut, thus taking more of the sandwich away that's stuck on the knife?
Who knows? It said the geometry says there's more sandwich if you cut it diagonally.
The geometry says.
Right. So it's not like...
So is this going to
The
change?
It's not
diagonal
perception.
cut exposes more of the interior of the sandwich, and by exposing the interior, it engages more of your senses before you take the first
This
bite.
claimed the geometry, not senses. This isn't perception versus reality.
So does this mean that you will now cut all your sandwiches diagonally?
No, I always have because I think it's fancy. That's right.
Uptown.
It's fancy?
I'm a bougie mofo.
Do you have little toothpicks with little flags in them as well that you put in there?
Never. That just slows up the eating process.
Do you ever do the triangles?
What do you mean?
Club sandwich, triangles.
You cut it into four, but they're triangles.
I don't do that at home. No. What?
Like watercress sandwiches?
Yeah, you take a sandwich and then you cut it diagonally twice, so then you've got four little triangles.
So you have 4 bite-sized pieces.
Yes,
no, I don't do that.
Then you hold your little pinky up. And then
It makes sense with a club sandwich because it's a triple-decker type thing, but not at home with a peanut butter and jelly.
This mathematician at Vermont Technical College says the amount of crust on a sandwich does not change no matter how you cut it, but the amount of surface area without crust can change depending on how many times you cut it and what direction.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So the amount of surface area changes?
Yeah.
How?
The triangles, A squared plus B squared, C squared.
But how are you getting more sandwich but you're still getting half?
If your bread is square and if each side's 4 inches long, you have 16 inches of crust. Cut the bread down the middle and you get 8 inches of crust-free surface. Cut it diagonally and you end up with almost 11 inches of crustless surface.
You know what? Every 3 years, you should have to go back to high school.
Yeah. Give up.
I forgot all geometry. What is that thing called? When it's the third side, the longest side?
Pythagorean theorem, whatever.
Yeah. It's not the high school.
Tom meant.
Fortunately, wasted a lot of time learning that in high school.
It was Pythagoras.
Yeah, pathetic.
That was a TH, not an F.
Whatever.
There you go. So,
all right, well.
I couldn't
I'm with you. I think diagonal.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
No,
sandwiches look more expensive.
Okay.
Yes, I think you're right.
So you think the triangular sandwich is more classy?
Yes.
Of course.
Well, I know
diagonal's classy.
Yes.
You don't?
I never really thought about it.
You of all people, I would think.
Yeah, lover of the minutia. I would have thought.
I don't know.
You're the most.
Of all of us in this room right now, I would think if someone was more likely to send a sandwich back that wasn't cut correctly, we would think, and our listeners would think, it would be you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I want you?
That's because you've established this fact that is a lie about me.
Yes, and how have I established that fact?
Haranguing.
History and experience.
What are in all your cups today?
Huh?
What are in all of your cups today?
Water? You got coffee?
Have you done
I've got coffee. Ace told me that there's an ice machine in the back now. So
It's great.
So see, I got some ice in this guy, and then I'm making
iced tea.
Iced tea.
Did you take your old cups away from last week?
Yeah. Why? What do you mean?
Those are all new.
Because last week you had quite the collection over there.
Good God.
When you use those styrofoam cups, you look like a picture of Lil Wayne in the studio making a record with all of his cough syrup in the styrofoam cups.
And it's attracting ants when you leave that stuff
This is
over
just
there.
ice and tea over
All
here.
those styrofoam cups, you look like a poster that they put out on Earth Day saying, this is what we shouldn't be doing.
First of all, this is not styrofoam.
Yeah, you can tell me that all day.
Okay, well, you can go.
I felt styrofoam.
I'll do anything if I don't have to hear
This
about
is styrofoam.
cutting a sandwich.
It was fascinating. I'm glad you brought it up, Josh.
Well,
Thank you very
It
much.
made Tom mad, and it didn't mention feces once.
I know.
And
Josh,
we have.
Did you know,
We're
Josh?
late.
I should have sent it to Sam. We can do it tomorrow, and you'll love it.
Thumb sandwiches are bigger than finger sandwiches. Now think about that.
Oh, but they're shorter.
Yes.
They're shorter.
And thumb sandwiches are better than other sandwiches.
What about fist sandwiches?
That's good.
When we come back, we'll get back to the reality.
Knuckle sandwich.
We have sharks in the news and a fascinating story about a missing lawnmower. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show. Looking to buy a new car, but the looking part is getting old hat? Well, maybe you need to try shopping at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi. Just stop into Bob Bile Motors and I'll show you my Take a test drive and I'll also let you see my
That's Bob Bile Motors.
And hey guys, during Bob Bile's Celebration Bonanza Days, if you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my I'll let you in the and after that, you're in the
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hunt on Fridays.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Hey, the Bob and Tom Show being streamed at this address, bobandtom.com/live. We've got cameras in studio. You click on that link. Next thing you know, you're watching the show as it happens in real time. Is it free? Yes, it's free. bobandtom.com/live. It's an internet connection you can click on and watch the show. How much simpler can I make it? Just don't do it while you're driving or in a dangerous location like, I don't know, cliff jumping. At any rate, if you'd like to watch it, there you have it. bobandtom.com/live. For those of you that would like to continue to listen while we listen, let's listen here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison. With things you may have missed, the ability of college athletes to monetize their name, image, and likeness has begun to trickle down to high schools. 7 states now allow prep athletes to sign NIL deals. School principals in Ohio began voting May 1st to determine whether the Buckeye State will become the 8th. In New York City, 2 top-ranked basketball standouts in the 2024 college recruiting class say they'll use the money they make from NIL deals to help their families. The NCAA decided last July college athletes could earn money from such deals after a U.S. Supreme Court decision. Meanwhile, dangerous gusty winds expected to continue across northeast New Mexico into Monday. It's likely to complicate the fight against wildfires that threaten thousands of homes in mountainous rural communities. Firefighters have been able to stop the fire from spreading eastward towards Las Vegas, New Mexico, the largest area with 13,000 people, but the northern and southern ends of the flames proving trickier to contain. Wind gusts have topped 50 miles per hour in some areas, keeping some firefighting aircraft on the ground. The fires now cover 275 square miles. That's more than twice the size of Philadelphia. And that's a look at things you may have missed on a Monday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
When you need relief and you need it fast, eat a bowl of Sphincter Blast.
Hi, I'm Harry Kalanick Jr. for the new high-fiber breakfast cereal, Sphincter Blast. One 10-ounce serving contains more fiber than a log of New England birch firewood. Sphincter Blast. Some cereals shoot for the moon. We shoot for Uranus. Just say to your grocer, snap, crackle, plop. Tell him Harry Kalanick Jr. sent you, and watch for my BMTV special. Harry Kalanick Jr. Unplugged. Sphincter Blast in the big brown tapered package. That's, of course, so the box won't slam shut. It may sound corny, but Sphincter Blast is hip, cool, and it's solid.
When you need relief and you need it fast, eat a bowl of Sphincter Blast.
Hi, everybody. This is Mark Sweeney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Can I tell you something? Hey, my mother used to chew her toenails
No way.
in front of me.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Clothed or not? I wouldn't.
Clothed.
Oh, thank God. that is a visual.
Poor Bob has lost it over there.
Or a little best of right here. Right here.
That would be,
Totally naked.
I think
How did you even think of that?
You would get,
See anything you like, boy?
I think you'd
remember
get
that.
free psychiatry for life, free Prozac, whatever
There's a
you
government
want.
program for that.
We are going to fix you.
How about it, boy? See anything you like?
You can imagine the twisting that would be
There's a
involved.
lot of people who can't even do that.
Okay.
She was very limber.
Show's over.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're so weird.
You have no idea.
Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 20.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Are you okay, Chick?
Yeah, Josh Godwin.
Josh Godwin. Yep.
And Josh Arnold.
Are you
at the sidekick chair?
Are you okay? You want to sit for a while?
That's what we call long COVID.
Boy, it is.
Yeah.
I think it might be. There's Ace Cosby at the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
I might have an explanation for the chicken fights.
Okay. What do you got?
Okay.
What do you got?
You want me to do this?
Sure.
Chicken fights got their name because of the larger size on top of skinny legs, the same way the old joke goes. When you see one of your friends that's heavy on top with skinny legs and you say those legs that you're riding on are a chicken.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Thank you,
So when
Matt.
you're in the pool and someone's up on your shoulders.
And it looks like because you're big on top and you have
Okay.
skinny legs.
Gotcha.
Okay,
That's
could
one
be.
explanation. I'm not saying it's...
Could be.
That's a good explanation.
And then also we were talking about Chinese food and about fortune cookies. And I believe it was Josh that said you'd like to dip your fortune cookies in the tea.
Christy and I both do.
yeah.
Dear ignoramuses.
Oh, hello.
I believe it's ignorami, but go ahead.
Okay. Having lived in China for 30 years,
Good for you.
I want to cry listening to you talk about Chinese food. Dipping your fortune cookie into jasmine tea is the equivalent of spreading peanut butter on a prime rib. Now, first of all,
now wait a
I
minute.
bet you could make a pretty good. I bet you could make a pretty good peanut butter sauce for prime rib,
Right.
but that apparently that's not a thing. You're not supposed to do that, Josh. I don't know.
I dip it in black tea usually. Not
Yeah,
jasmine.
but I like
not
to
jasmine,
crunch.
but-
I like to crunch up the fortune cookies and put them on vanilla ice cream. I think it's very very good.
And I bet in China the fortune cookies are superior to what we get in the
Do they
plastic.
do? Is that even done in China though?
He says it was.
Yeah, he's eating them in China.
Okay,
right?
because I know that what we call Chinese food is
Not really, yeah.
it's from the Chinese culture. It's adapted to the vegetables and meats and stuff that we have over here. But I'm a big fan. I remain a big fan. And this always gives me an opportunity to mention the old Chinese restaurant Chung Wa's, where the guy would do our bill with an abacus.
How about that?
I've had mail from people who have been there, and they back me up on that.
Yeah,
we
that's
believe
amazing.
you. It's not that
we did believe you, yeah.
You have this issue and you tell us stories and we
don't go, you gotta be kidding me, that's amazing.
No, you
act
poo-pooed
like
it.
we,
You don't.
we don't
you
believe
think
you.
everyone uses a calculator? No.
You made it sound like it was last week.
I believe that happened because
Yes, and
when,
that's true.
It has a certain charm, though, Pat.
when that guy was there
you're
with the
getting old
abacus,
school
they had
food.
nothing better here, I'm guessing, at that time, back in the 30s when you were there.
The technology of the abacus is still out there. Christy Lee, tell me about this lawnmower guy. What is it again now?
Lawnmower guy. Hold on a
It's not
second.
the lawnmower man, is it?
Oh, that's where all the phones
That
start
is
ringing.
virtual technology run amok, I'll tell you that.
Gone to hell in a handbasket.
A suspected lawnmower thief in Texas mowed victims' yards before stealing their mower. Security footage captured outside the Port Arthur home shows the suspect taking the mower from the home, filling it with gasoline, mowing both the front and backyards before leaving the property with the mower.
I don't know.
That sounds like the most polite thief ever. Maybe he
I
was
don't
just
know.
borrowing the mower.
I dislike mowing my yard so much. Maybe I'd be okay with that.
Especially if he paid for the gas.
Yeah.
You take the mower.
Port Arthur police said responding officers saw the suspect running away from the home while dragging the lawnmower. He reportedly abandoned the lawnmower in an alley and evaded police. They have since identified the suspect as Marcus Hubbard and are asking for the public's help in locating him.
How's his old mother doing?
I don't know.
Mother Hubbard.
Hubbard was bare. I know
mean,
that.
this almost sounds like that he was supposed to do this. I don't know. It just seems weird. Why would he?
This is weird.
Very, very weird.
Wild stuff. But I don't know. I'd probably could you do that every Saturday at my house, please? Steal the mower. Now, Pat, I understand you have a tribute.
I'll fix lawnmowers.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it Billy Bob?
It might be Billy Bob.
Sling Blade?
Your grass will get cut tomorrow. When I steal your lawnmower tomorrow, that'll be fun. I'll come in the night tomorrow
break into your garage, take the lawnmower, cut it once and we're done.
I got a question.
Sling Blade or Tom Waits?
Doing my best here, fellas. Just let me get through it.
Is this really happening?
I was told to do it.
This was your idea, wasn't it, Tom?
I noticed your grass.
Did it start out like this when this whole idea came up? You did. This will be funny. Did he say that? Please tell me you said that.
He said. He said.
Sounds like him.
That's what he said.
Just trying to get through it.
Yeah.
Now do Forrest Gump.
Yeah, that's fun.
I noticed your grass was tall and wavy. I just stick out my chin. I messed up. I stick out my chin and grin and say, lawnmower, I stole your lawnmower. It's only a blade. Some folks call it a sling blade. I call it a gosh blade. All right, we're done. My throat is sore.
Yeah, oh boy. Well done. All right.
Boy, oh boy.
Good job, Patty.
Is there any better scene, though, when he goes over to Dwight Yoakam and he goes, how do you call 911? And Dwight goes, well, you hit the 9, then you hit the 1 on the phone, then you hit the 1. Why do you need to call 911? He goes, I'm going to hit you in the head with this blade. And Dwight goes, all right, don't make a mess.
Boy.
Whack!
Yeah. Well, Dwight is as evil as anybody.
Oh, he's the worst. He's the worst.
I love the scene where they can't get the mower to work, and he goes, did you put gasoline in it?
So this is what you took away from the story. You saw a lawnmower, thought of a blade, thought of Sling Blade.
Of course.
That's all true.
Of course.
I got a text about 7 o'clock.
I don't like walking the terrifying trails of Tom's logic.
It's a slippery slope, Josh.
It is. It's frightening.
Yeah, it is.
You could host a show now called Hi, I'm Tom, and this is the way I think. And it would be amazing.
Critics call it chilling.
Have you noticed that some people refer to the character as Sling Blade?
Right.
Carl, I think. Carl Spack? No, that's the groundskeeper. I think his name's Carl in the movie, I think. Carl something.
Yeah, it's Carl.
CHILDRS.
I reckon I'd have me some of them French fried potatoes.
With good
Everybody was doing that.
Yeah.
Never got old.
So this is a movie called Sling Blade.
You've
it's
never
wonderful.
seen
Great.
it?
From what I understand, Tom Waits is in this movie?
No, but it's a wonderful movie.
Dwight
Bob
Yoakam is great in it.
Evidently,
It's Billy Bob Thornton. He wrote it, and
the legend is when he was on some bad sitcom with John Ritter, he wrote the whole thing.
Treatment for you.
he was at a party. He was a waiter
You'd love it,
at
Willie.
a party, and he got talking to Billy Wilder, right?
I don't know.
He did, yeah.
And he said to him, "Look, if you're with the way," he sort of said more or less, "The way you look, if you're going to make it in Hollywood, you're going to have to write your own movie,
Write your own stuff.
It started as a play and then a short film.
Yeah,
And,
before the big movie.
Yeah.
It's really,
It's
really good.
really well done.
He's unrecognizable, and it's so good.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
And this has nothing to do with Blade, who hunts vampires.
No.
Okay, so this isn't some sort of weird prequel?
Nope.
No.
Okay. It's nothing like that. Got some French fried potatoes. Uh-huh.
Do you remember he's in one of my favorite movies, Tombstone, Billy Bob? He's the dealer. He's the one who's taken over the saloon before the Earp brothers come over and kick him out.
He's in everything.
What a hell of an actor. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, he's great.
A Simple Plan.
Damn, just take a card.
There's a movie I recommend highly.
I swear to God, playing cards with you is like playing with my kids. That's what he says.
Billy Bob called Tom during lunch one time.
Yeah.
How cool.
We have to move on here. We have coming up. We have.
We got Tom.
You do a very
We
good
got more airplane issues. We've got something called the Wicked Bible, which I had never heard of.
Oh, my.
But, it's got an alteration of one of the commandments, and the good one. Also,
what's the good commandment? Will you tell us that when we come back?
No, I'm suggesting perhaps the alteration. We have also something called, I'll just say the male member Satan statue. It's a big deal, and yeah, it's out there, and you can get it for your own phone if you want. You'll find out coming up in a second. Right now, I want to talk about those prescription drugs. Boy, those can be expensive. This is where GoodRx comes in. It's the #1 free download out there because you can save huge money on it. We do get love letters. I got 3 of them right here. This one comes to us from Chris. He writes, "Dear Bob and Tom, my name is Chris. I love your show. I absolutely enjoy every second of it. You advertised GoodRx. I want to give you some information. My medication was $600 a month. Now I only pay $74 with GoodRx. It is a lifesaver." What am I talking about, Christy?
Well, you could save up to 80%. That's what you're talking about because GoodRx does all the hard work for you. They check out prices at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. It's free, easy to use, works whether you do or do not have insurance. And even if you have insurance, GoodRx could actually beat your copay price in some instances. So go to goodrx.com/Tom online, or you can check out the app and they will find all of the savings that you need. GoodRx looks at CVS, Kroger, Walgreens, Rite Aids, Vons, Walmart, any place you get a prescription, they'll check it out for you, and you could start saving up to 80%. Smart savings on your prescriptions are just a click away. Go to goodrx.com/Tom. That's goodrx.com/Tom.
GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used in place of insurance. In 2021, GoodRx users saved an average of 81% on retail prescription prices. I was originally cast as Carl in Sling Blade.
What happened, Gordon?
Well, I did a different voice than what Billy Bob was
Do
looking
the voice
for.
you did.
Some folks call it a sling blade.
That's good. I can see why I got. We'll be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Rolling through a Monday, May 9th. Greg Warren, Reno Collier on the way. Reno played the Grand Ole Opry on Saturday. What were you doing? Probably not playing the Grand Ole Opry. Congratulations. That's his second time, so we'll find out all about it this morning in the 9 o'clock hour. And don't forget about the Bob and Tom Show app on your phone. If you don't have it yet, what are you waiting for? You must be listening to me through the app, right? So maybe you know someone who might like the Bob and Tom Show app. They can tune into their local station, listen to us here on Bob and Tom 24/7, even set an alarm that'll wake you up with a show. Imagine that. Tom Griswold, that first voice you hear in the morning. Welcome to my world. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, everybody. Christy Lee with the Bob and Tom News Update. A relatively rare East Coast earthquake centered northeast of South Carolina's capital city of Columbia jolted large numbers of state residents awake. The quake occurred just after 1:30 a.m. this morning and had a preliminary 3.3 magnitude. There were no immediate reports of any damages or injuries. The pre-dawn trembler, pick up. Trembler. That's right. They have Tembler written here. No. The pre-dawn trembler lasted only seconds, but hundreds of people took to social media to describe being shaken awake. The death toll of a powerful explosion at a luxury hotel in Cuba's capital has increased to 31 as search crews with dogs hunted through the rubble of the iconic 19th century building looking for people still missing. The blast took place at the Hotel Saratoga, a 5-star 96-room hotel in Old Havana. It was preparing to reopen after being closed for 2 years when an apparent gas leak ignited, blowing the outer walls into the busy mid-morning streets just a block from the country's Capitol building on Friday. And in Washington, they love a mystery, and the latest one involves who leaked the draft of the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. The decision itself has set off a lot of political reaction on both sides, but it has also unleashed a torrent of speculation about who got hold of the draft, who released it to Politico, and more importantly, why. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes. And we were
conversation.
talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mhm.
Because you know they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you in a... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
Hi, I'm Bert.
And I'm Ellie.
And we're proud to announce our new breakfast treat, Bert and Ellie's Muffin.
The Bert and Ellie muffin is delicious. But don't take our word for it. Here's our spokesperson, Eddie Van Halen.
Hey, thanks, man.
Hi, Eddie Van Halen here. You know, I love munching on Bert and Ellie's muffin. In fact, I was just telling my wife, Valerie, Bert and Ellie's muffin is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. Man, this is finger-licking good.
I bet.
This muffin is so good. I just can't keep it to myself. I suggest you eat Bert and Ellie's muffin today. Pick one up on your way home, dude, or stop by Bert and Ellie's spot the next time you eat out. Look for the big pink smiling lips downtown next to the Y.
Thanks, Eddie.
I can't stop mowing down on this thing.
Eat all you want, Eddie. We'll make more.
Bert and Ellie's muffin. Come by and shove one in your face today. Hey, we'll leave the stereo on for you, and we'll turn it up real loud so you can hear it.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. The Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
All right, so comedian Alan Havey joins us. What else is on your mind? What are you talking about these days?
Oh, my girlfriend wants to have kids now, and I don't want kids. You know, kids are spoiled today. I don't know what happened. I guess children had a major coup about 12 years ago, spoiled little bastards. When a kid's bad, what do they tell them now?
No, time out.
Time out. What the hell is that?
Time out.
Yeah, I had time out when I was a kid. I'd wake up and go, what happened?
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little. We want to look good in the painting.
They don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, Chick.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
And I hope we hear that Sling Blade song again. I can't wait. I'm serious.
I enjoyed it very much.
I barely got through it. That's right.
It was funny.
We're all doing the voice now. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Another successful joke of the day today from Omaha Steaks. There's Willie Griswold.
You know, a bad joke is rare. Most of the jokes are well done. Little steak.
Omaha Steaks.
Some fall on the ground and you can't eat them. And there's Tom Griswold and as I live and breathe.
It's comedian Greg Warren joining us.
My little buddy.
Hey, Greg, give us your best Sling Blade.
Mm-hmm.
French fried taters.
Very good.
I never saw the movie.
You never saw it?
But you went to plenty of open mics?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd like the movie, Greg. It's great.
All right, man. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
All right, that sounds nice. You know, your voice is right next to Robert Romanus anyway. It's amazing. That's why you do.
I mean, I probably, Chick, I know what I look like.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Hey, Rat, show them how you stand up in the water.
What is that? That's brilliant.
It's dead on. I feel like I'm watching the movie. Greg Warren is our guest, comedian Greg Warren. I noticed that you're going to be at the Looney Bin in Little Rock, Arkansas, coming up as the month of June kicks in. So you're taking some time off, are you?
I mean, I'm doing a lot of private gigs, sort of corporate stuff over the next few weeks. So
That don't require people to come out and pay their money.
Yeah, it's not published.
You see. Now, what is our topic today?
I want to talk about the history of miniature golf.
Yes!
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan too. Now, right off the bat, I read this passage. It said, true origins have been hotly debated by historians for years. If that's the case, it's pathetic. William, you're a fraud. You're a fraud. The Chinese had nothing to do with goofy golf.
Goofy golf.
You know, Tom is on record as saying the putt-putt courses are okay, but the rogue out in the actual using ground, if you will, in grass, adventure golf. That's what Tom.
I like adventure golf.
Yeah.
With the ones where they have the pirates in the cave.
Oh, yeah.
They talk to you when you go by.
Wonderful.
Yes, Tom, I was just in Myrtle Beach. That's the, there's 50 of those.
Oh, that's
there,
a mecca of
they're wonderful. The first course that I can really see is the ladies putting club next to the St. Andrews course in Scotland. Get this. It was in 1867. Back in the day, it was unfeminine to swing the golf club above your head. So they developed the ladies putting club. Now, that was unfeminine. Now, I bet there were places where you could see women do that, that like sort of a precursor to the strip clubs of today. Hey, Angus, the lassies are hitting 9 irons over at Swingham High Size.
Interesting that would be considered unfeminine, but men wearing skirts was as masculine as it got.
Wow. Yeah, nailed it.
The first course in the U.S., 1919, a guy named James Barber in Pinehurst, North Carolina. He had some people build a course for him in his garden, and it was called Thistle Dew. That's the word thistle and D-U-D.
That's a fun pun.
Yeah, at the end, I guess, when it got done, he said, this'll do. Yeah. And he calls it Thistle Dew. Now, I guess he built a course the year before, and it didn't work out. It was apparently they had sort of vouchers for pizza or something. It was called pizza, and then the word chit.
So you would turn in your chit.
Yes.
And get a piece of pizza.
A chit is like a ticket.
Right. That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like your receipt.
Right.
Exactly.
So if you got a hole in one in the last hole, you'd get the chit. And then
it didn't. Yeah, when they got done building this one, that's what he called it. He calls it pizza chit. I don't know.
I don't know why that didn't.
What'd you call me, Warren?
1922, Thomas Fairbairn developed the first artificial putting green. It was made from green dye and cottonseed hull, and things started to take off then. In 1926, there were 125 mini golf courses on the rooftops of skyscrapers.
Cool.
Pretty cool. Isn't that neat? Yeah. And then 1929, this is when things got going. Chattanooga, Tennessee. There's a guy named what's his name? Garnett Carter. He had a hotel called the Fairyland Inn. It was, of course, fairy tale themed, and he wanted to build an attraction to get people to stay there. And he built a Tom Thumb golf course. That was the first public mini golf course in the U.S., and people flocked. It was like each hole was for a different fairy tale, and they had like animal heads for the, you had hidden in the animal heads. It was like a Cinderella hole, a Little Miss Muffet hole, Red Riding Hood hole. There was a Goodfellas hole, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's
Faces of Death 5 hole. I think.
That must have been,
yeah.
Quite gory. Yeah.
So on one of those holes, you had to hit it into Cinderella's hole to.
Let Greg handle the comedy.
Oh, okay.
Miss Muffet's Tuff It, if you will.
That would have been funnier.
The Goodfellas hole. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a putt-putter.
You know what?
Give me the putter, Karen.
Out of respect.
How's it feel now, Karen? Putt-putt went crazy in 1930. Putt-putt was a big deal in the Great Depression. Apparently, it was people didn't have money, but it was an affordable thing to do. In the 1930s, there were 25,000 miniature golf courses in the U.S. and people were going crazy with it. They stayed open till 4 a.m. the box office, the movie people were mad because the box office suffered because so many people were playing mini golf. In the summer of 1930, 4 million people played every night. And the celebs got in on it. Guy Lombardo had a golf course. He had a musical instrument at every hole. Douglas Fairbanks liked to play. Fred Astaire played. And Mary Pickford.
America's Sweetheart.
America's Sweetheart built her own Wilshire golf course. There was gimmicks back then. In L.A., you had to putt through a bear cage, and they trained the bear to sort of swipe at the golf balls. Yes.
They had a real bear?
They had a real bear, and they dipped the golf balls in like fish oil or something.
My gosh!
So the bear, and then there was this other course where like they had a trained monkey that would come out and steal your golf ball.
That's a good time.
How is that not fun? How is that not fun?
All fun and games until a drunk patron beat the monkey to death with his club.
Why is the monkey wearing so much?
I paid for this. I do the Mike Damone much better than I do the drunk customer taking the ball away from the monkey. That's sorry, man. They would hire like beautiful women to play at these courses to entice men to come play. This is one of my favorite
Thank God
quotes.
advertising has stopped doing that.
Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, we don't fall for that anymore.
Ladies drink free Tuesday night.
Come on down to Stubby's.
So, Greg, I'm confused. Is the name miniature golf, is that owned by someone the way putt-putt is?
No, I'll get to putt-putt in a second. I don't think mini golf is owned by anybody, Tom. Before we get to putt-putt, this is my favorite quote. Now, again, this is a different time. The LA Times reported in the 30s that putting seemed to come natural to women because they wielded a broom every day.
Oh, sure.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Smart thing to say.
Wow. Hang on.
Why don't you?
I didn't say it.
Nope.
Wow.
He's just reporting.
You're just perpetuating it.
And then the church got mad. The church came down on mini golf. They said it was the work of the devil, and even Will Rogers said that there were millions of people picking up putters, and they should be picking up shovels or some kind of garbage like that. They came. Yeah. So it sort of died down after the Depression during the war. And then in 1953, Tom mentioned a guy named Don Clayton trademarked the putt-putt brand. And Don was a purist. He didn't like all the gimmicks and the windmills and the bears and the monkeys and the pirates. He wanted just a straight, you guys have seen them, those orange, I think, putt-putt courses.
Putt-putt
just straight.
for the fun of it, sure.
Yeah, it was most were par 2 holes, and if you hit it right, you could get an ace on the hole, and that became very popular. However, in 1955, my man Al Lama from Lama Enterprises, he was like, "Screw Don, we're going back to the windmills," and he took it to another level, like twisting statues and stuff like that.
I love all that stuff.
Yeah,
and it got by, and in the 1960s, mini golfers could win as much as Jack Nicklaus could.
Wow.
It was on TV when Chick and I were kids. I remember it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was Sunday mornings, I think. Christy.
Billy Packer from college basketball announcing. He was he did all all the putt-putt.
I would have thought Billy Barty maybe.
Billy Packer,
small man joke.
A shorter
Yes,
guy.
really reference, actually, not a.
He just called it golf. Of
Yeah, of course.
Speaking of small men, they did have little people. There was some sort of little people troupe that were good at mini golf, and they went around to the mini golf courses and sang.
Wow. We represent the Mini Golf Guild. The Mini Golf Guild.
Okay,
the
that's
Mini Golf
silly.
Guild.
I'd like to see that.
By the way, one of the toughest unions ever. Those guys were.
Oh, yeah, you can't. And the Depression, I read that it was like a quarter to play, and they they kind of, all the golf courses, there was an unwritten rule where, like you didn't want to take it below a quarter, which sounds like collusion, and I'm going to get into it. I was in Myrtle Beach last week. Like I said, there's 50 there. That's where the Masters of mini golf is still played.
Oh,
the Hawaiian Rumble course, and I played it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
How was it?
Yeah, I didn't do so well. I got third out of 3 people. It was 4 back from the lead. Brendan Ayer won. Sean O'Brien took second, and I got third. But it was a great course, and it was like it was kind of like a real golf course in that there were a lot of like weird lies and hills and stuff like that. It was not. There's a volcano that erupts, but other than that, not a lot of.
Was
gimmicks.
it artificial turf?
Man, I think it was, Tom.
You mentioned because I got tossed out of a miniature golf place.
Oh, no.
Why is that?
It was artificial turf. I'd go up to each hole, yank a few of the turf hairs out, throw them up, and see which way the wind was blowing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got to. I mean, you got to measure.
Yeah, and then I tried to replace my divot, but it's hard to stick those things back in and glue them on.
You need a needle.
I'm sorry.
Greg, did they have the windmills and the other malarkey at this place, or was this sort of a straight mini golf place?
The course itself, good question, Willie. The course itself was pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Other than like, there was weird like hills and stuff like that. But no, there wasn't any garbage other than that volcano erupting every now and then.
Nice.
But they did have parrots. When you walked in.
Oh.
Yeah, they had parrots. Yeah.
Would they mock you? Mark, look at this guy, Mark.
I think that is what that guy was saying now.
Right. Cauliflower ear.
What?
He knew how to say it.
He did. Yeah. And I mean, but if you want all the, the malarkey, Willie, there's plenty of that down in Myrtle Beach. We played a spyglass course earlier in the week, and the Pirates were shooting cannons.
Oh boy,
very distracting.
Yeah, fellas, please try to play here.
Now, the one in Petoskey, Michigan that I like, when the pirates talk to you when you go by that cave.
Yeah, Pirates Cove.
Yeah, they go, they start saying stuff.
Really?
Shiver my timbers.
Oh yeah,
all that pirate stuff.
Are they real people or are they robots?
Little robots.
I think they're
Little
robots. I like to
No,
think
they're little people that they just stand there.
that'd be a great
Might
summer.
be some kids.
So these were the
That'd be a great summer job.
Sure.
They lock you in a cave and okay, hi kids, shiver my timbers. Is it break time yet?
How is that not some dumb kid's job, huh?
We got to wrap it up, Greg.
Hey, great talking to you guys.
Okay, I want to mention that you're going to be at the Looney Bin, Little Rock, coming up in the 1st of June.
I will. Yeah, it's
yes.
going to be
Excellent report today, man.
Yes.
Real good, yeah.
Next time you're here, we're going to play some miniature golf. And
Yes.
then we'll go to.
I'd love to play, man. I really I love it. I would love to play.
$10 a hole.
Oh wow.
Oh boy,
it's pricey.
Yeah.
No, not to play, to bet. I mean,
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, thank you very much, Greg. Right now,
Hey, Greggy.
I hope you had a great Mother's Day. Maybe it's time to do a little something for yourself. I guess you could make this a gift. It's from Bespoke Post. It's called the Box of Awesome, and it's a nice little gift that you get every month. Tell me more, Christy Lee.
That's right. They get together with small businesses and emerging brands, and they curate a box every month, and it shows up at your door. All you have to do is take a quiz so they know exactly what you're into. They have stuff from like camping gear essentials to beach day and travel must-haves. Where do we go to get that quiz?
Here's how you take the quiz. Go to boxofawesome.com, and your answers will help the folks at boxofawesome.com pick the right box for you. New boxes each and every month, and you're supporting small businesses. 90% of everything that comes in your Box of Awesome is from a small up-and-coming brand. So get 20% off as well in your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code Bob and Tom at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code Bob and Tom for 20% off your first box.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Coming up, we're going to find out what the Wicked Bible is. And can you get a cavity just from kissing somebody? We'll find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, this is exciting. Thank you very much for being here. You're on the Albert Brooks Show. And what is it you do for a living?
I do radio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
You do radio?
Yes.
That's incredible. So that's exciting. All right, we'll be right back. Come on! You do radio. This is a television show. Nobody cares. Help me out. You go back to your table. You have a life. My career's in the toilet. And then big smiles. Welcome back. We were kidding off the air. She's a killer, this one. So you were telling me before that you do radio.
Yes.
That's exciting. What do you do actually in radio?
I do news.
You do news?
Yes.
Really?
I'm a newsreader.
You are a newsreader?
Yes.
I didn't know. That's
Yes.
great. We'll be right back. Come on! You read the news.
Bob and Tom. They put the F in professional.
For everything Bob and Tom, check out our website, bobandtom.com. Isn't that clever? Pretty easy to remember. All the latest highlights, news, information. Plus, you can click on videos. You can watch the Bob and Tom Show puppets. Have you not seen the puppets yet? What are you waiting for? The latest version, again, Smack Tom. We're expecting a new Bob and Tom puppet video and montage coming up. I can't give any details, but just let's say it is on the way. But at any rate, you can check out Smack Tom right there at bobandtom.com. Spell it out. And don't forget, you can always email us. We love to hear from you, our listeners. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. James Harden, 31 points. The Sixers tied their Eastern Conference semifinal series, 2 games each. Beat the Heat 116-108. And the Mavericks have evened their Western Conference semifinal series, 2 games each. 111-101 win over the Suns in Dallas yesterday. NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, Boston, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, and L.A. getting the wins yesterday. Major League Baseball and interleague action. Angels beat Washington. American League winners, Texas and the Yankees split the Mother's Day doubleheader. Also winning the White Sox, Cleveland, Kansas City, Houston, Minnesota, Seattle, Texas, and Baltimore. National League, the Phillies and the Mets split a Mother's Day doubleheader. Also winning Atlanta, Cincinnati, Arizona, San Francisco, San Diego, and the Dodgers. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
And now an important message from your friends at Frigamall Orthopedic Laboratories.
Hi, Brenda. Ready to go jogging?
Sorry, Christy. I can't. Didn't you notice I'm limping?
What happened? Did you blow a knee out?
Well, my knees do hurt.
What do you mean?
Well, we were on our way home last night, and Bob started feeling romantic, so we pulled down a gravel road. And today, my knees are really killing me.
Girlfriend, I've got just the thing for you. They're called Atta-Girl knee pads.
With their soft, cushiony padding, you can say goodbye to sore and scraped knees. Atta-Girl knee pads fit right in your purse, so you can take them anywhere. Perfect for a Friday night date or that important job interview.
Hey, Brenda, how'd it go last night?
Well, my knees feel great. But, do the Atta-Girl people make lozenges?
You whore.
Atta-Girl knee pads. Order today, and you'll receive a free head helmet. You'll love wearing this stylish tabletop helmet with its flat, level surface, big enough to hold his beer, remote control, and a magazine.
Atta-Girl knee pads.
Protective goggles sold separately.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Where are you from, by the way?
Patterson, from Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh, sure. That's famous.
Yeah, you know, small.
Sure.
Thugged out town. You know, it's tiny. So small, we used to get robbed by people we knew. You be like, stick him up. I'm like, Andre? I'm going to tell your mother, man. By the way, how is Aunt Carol? How's she doing? I'll come home for dinner.
I got thrown out of J.C. Penney the other day.
Really?
Yeah, fondling up the mannequins. You believe that? And that ain't my fault. Have you seen the mannequins in there? And they taunt you, too. They got the little short skirt on, arm up, kind of waving you over. You know what I mean? Shoot. I tell you what, if you ask me, the little whore was asking for it.
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Tom, tell us about your life. You married, single? What's going on?
Married. Very happily married. I got a friend going through a midlife crisis. You know anyone like that?
Oh, yeah.
And he's asking me what he should do.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep telling him cheating is like growing pot.
Like growing pot?
You can do it and get away with it, but you can't ever, ever tell anyone.
Ever. Anybody.
Bob and Tom. Well-meaning, but...
Yeah, they're 95.
Hey, welcome back to The Hideaway. It's the Bob and Tom Show. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hey, chick.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone.
What was that?
There's Willie Griswold.
Hola.
Who knows?
He's lost all hope.
Well. I'm Chick McGee at the sports desk, and here's Tom.
Hey, how's it going?
What are you doing?
How you doing?
Mixing up potions over
What
there?
are you clipping your nails over there?
May 12th, 8 o'clock Eastern, they're going to release the NFL schedule coming out for this season, and they're trickled through. They announced the European games, and they're also they just announced the second Monday Night Football game of the season for some reason. The Bills and the Titans are one of the first games. I don't remember who the other people are. The Vikings and somebody else.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Minnesota and Philadelphia and Tennessee and Buffalo. It'll be a doubleheader.
This is
week.
They're actually just announcing it. They're not going to have a big TV show extravaganza.
No, they are. It's next Thursday is the whole schedule. Yeah.
Oh,
next Thursday
is it going to be televised?
I think it's 8 o'clock Eastern. Whatever May 12th is. This Thursday.
This morning they announced it on ABC's morning show, and then tomorrow CBS will have another game.
God.
See how they're doing it?
Yeah, I get it. Exciting stuff. Let's see now. We moved to Christy Lee at the news desk. Anything exciting over there?
Is there anything that would excite? Well, we all know what excites you, but I mean, never mind.
Oh, look at this, Dad. The Colts are going to play the Commanders in, oh my goodness, Harbor Springs, Michigan.
Oh, how about that? There you go.
How exciting is that?
What if the NFL took actual suggestions where they would play their games instead of home games, and they would, whatever cities Tom picked?
Dad, look at this. And guess who's calling the game? It's Marty Allen and Wolfman Jack. My goodness, how fun is that for you?
That would be great.
Hello there.
That's right.
Hello there.
I was just asking if they're just going to announce them or if they're going to do one of those things where they have a host and then make it a whole TV show.
They could.
Yes, they are. Yes, I already said that.
They make it
9 times I said
Okay,
it.
well, I wasn't listening as you were talking.
People get excited about it.
Got a nice letter here, Pat Godwin.
Oh, yeah?
It says, this is from Stephen in Evansville, Indiana. He says, I went to see Pat Godwin Saturday in Jasper.
I want my money back.
I know it's Jasper. I know why they call him the sniper. You killed it.
All right. Very sweet. Thank you,
nice?
Stephen.
Great room.
Brilliant. That theater's just phenomenal.
Okay.
Is there any more Hollywood reply than, oh, that's very sweet?
Well, I'm learning.
Now, Pat's going to be this Saturday coming up at Lebowski's in Washington, Iowa. That'll be a great show. Look forward to seeing Pat. You know who's you're working with, Pat?
It's an evening with me, a whole hour and a half, so I can get to everything they want to hear.
Oh, okay.
Hour and a half with Pat.
Oh, my
toast.
Lord.
They get everything they want to hear. Orange barrels. Beer run, toast. Wait a minute. Those are... Christy, what have you got?
Has anybody checked on Floyd the Trucker today?
Why?
Because I have some really sad news.
Uh-oh.
Mickey Gilley passed away.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I thought he was already dead.
No, he was performing last month in Branson, chick. But of course, Mickey Gilley owned the club Gilley's, which was
the world's largest honky tonk.
Urban Cowboy.
Urban Cowboy was inspired.
And he was the first cousin of
Jerry Lee Lewis.
And
what's his
preacher
name?
guy.
Yeah. Jimmy Swaggart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, first cousins.
Huh.
They're all cousins. Yeah.
I just
I have sinned against you.
Speaking of sinning, we have a wicked Bible in the news, an extremely rare Bible famous for an unfortunate error that encourages adultery has been discovered in New Zealand.
How about that?
It has become known as the Wicked Bible. Printed in 1631, it omits the word not from the 7th commandment, informing readers, thou shalt commit adultery.
Nice.
1,000 copies of the text, which also came to be known as the Adulterous or Sinner's Bible, were printed with the error only discovered a year later in 1632.
I think it's also known as the Jada Pinkett Bible. She'll openly cheat on her husband.
Didn't they open it up, though?
She sure did.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on or what's going on, but what I've heard, she is a piece of work. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
Well, let's be fair. They're both probably not great. You know, like, let's be honest there.
In the game of losers, there are no winners.
The point
exactly
of it, I think the larger point here is in 1631, between 1631 and 1632, somebody got a hold of this and, hey.
Yeah, look at this. It says right here, honey.
Hey, Mildred, get over here. Mildred's the next door neighbor.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I can't covet you, but wait a minute. Okay. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
What is it's called the Wicked Bible. Any other, like, chapter headings? Judas saves the day.
I don't think so. I think that was only a mistake.
Blessed are the proofreaders.
Jesus defeats Truman.
Vancouver's racy statue of Satan is being reimagined through augmented reality.
Really?
The 8-foot-tall statue of the nude demon featuring an erect male member had been placed next to a SkyTrain one September night back in 2014. Though the statue was removed within 24 hours, it remained part of the city's lore. Now the self-described guerrilla street artist known as Obscene, who claims responsibility for the original work, has created an augmented reality version of the statue. Smartphone users can summon an uncensored digital statue to appear in photos and videos.
And it's got big horns.
Yeah.
And then it has
3 big horns.
Yeah. And
he also intends to sell NFTs inspired by the statues.
Gotcha.
But so it was confiscated by the city, obviously.
What city again?
Vancouver.
Okay, thank you.
But they had to take it. I mean, it has to be somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, what do you do with something like that? Do you can they do like in a public? Do they have to say where it's stored, or
do you think they destroyed it?
I mean, what are the laws?
I don't know.
Could
they give it back to the artist?
Did they give it back to the artist?
Apparently not.
Wow.
Well,
but I'm sorry. And the name of what are they calling it again?
What they call it, the penis Satan.
Penis Satan. Because they should have gone with something a little more clever, like a Beazelpud.
Okay, yeah. That would have worked. Yeah.
Scrucifer. Oh, I like that very much.
That's good. Yeah.
It's out there, ladies and gentlemen. But you can download a copy of this thing. It's
oh my. Yeah, it's
so it's the augmented reality. So you hold your phone up with the camera on, and then it shows you that area, but on your phone with.
It'll look like I'm next to it, or it's next to me. Yeah,
those things are fun. I like the augmented reality.
They can be fun.
That'll be interesting to see what happens to this.
You ever seen the one where the spider runs across your face?
Oh, terrifying!
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Yeah,
It is terrifying. Yeah, you would not last very long with somebody who's really.
It's like you're looking into you on your phone, and a giant spider goes across.
If you want to make this happen, just go to Finley and say, "Finley, I want the spider thing." She'll go, "Yeah, I got it, Dad. Just give me the phone."
And I guarantee you will knock the phone out of her hand because you think there's a spider.
Yeah, you might punch yourself in the face.
We're going to find out about this.
Have you seen the picture of this?
Yes.
It's your classic red devil.
It's massive.
Whoa!
Yeah. It's as big as an arm.
Looks normal. And he curves.
Looks normal.
To me, it does. Looks average.
Yeah, and it's red too, just like that.
Nothing to write home about, am I right?
It's purple.
Yeah, what I couldn't tell from the photograph, I couldn't tell. There was no scale in the only photo I saw. How tall is the statue?
It's sitting on top of a big.
So it's pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
It looks almost life size.
Yeah.
So again, it has to be somewhere.
Sitting on a big
you're right.
Wow. Probably next to some Civil War statue. Yeah, well.
No, they did. They actually.
General Lee, and there's the.
No, yeah, they sent it down to Georgia. They said that the devil went down to Georgia. There you go.
Georgia.
It wasn't much, but, we had a lull.
Waiting for a soul to steal.
I can't tweet that story. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we have coming up. Does kissing, can you pass cavities onto someone just with a kiss?
If you kiss Christy, because she's so sweet.
Aww.
Oh, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
But you already go a different route. I appreciate that.
What route would you go?
Oh, the cavity route.
Oh,
filling a cavity.
Yeah,
full of
something
germs
really
and
pathetic and sad.
Yeah.
That's all coming up next. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, don't forget about the Bob and Tom Show podcast. They're free and available right now at bobandtom.com/podcasts. Pretty easy to remember. The Bits and Pieces podcast, I believe the current version featuring Josh Arnold. Or you can check out that Josh Arnold podcast, also featuring Josh Arnold. Are you catching a theme here? The Bob and Tom Show Extra podcast, Bob and Tom, weekday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern. A new one drops, so you get something fresh every afternoon. How about that? It's all free, and it's all available for you at bobandtom.com/podcasts. We're rolling through a Monday. Reno Collier on the way right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Bob and Tom Entertainment News Desk. Willie Nelson had to cancel out of the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival and 2 other shows over the weekend. The musician's website reports there was a positive COVID test in the band. That meant they scrubbed the shows Friday, Saturday, and yesterday at the Jazz Fest. Nelson wasn't the only cancellation due to COVID. Melissa Etheridge announced Thursday she couldn't perform because a member of her crew had tested positive. Country star Mickey Gilley has died at the age of 86 in Branson, Missouri. He'd been in falling health over the past week, but had performed as recently as last month. Gilley apparently passed peacefully with his family and close friends by his side, according to his website. He was the cousin of rock pioneer Jerry Lee Lewis, but made a name for himself as a musician, scoring 39 top 10 country hits and 17 number 1 songs. His self-named club Gilley's, which featured a mechanical bull, inspired the film Urban Cowboy, which starred John Travolta and Deborah Winger. Floyd is mourning this morning, and that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
You know, I'm sitting over here and I'm kind of laughing to myself because I'm reliving the first moments of the show. And I told Tom as a friend off the air. Yeah. I said, look, there's not much sports going on. Yep. There's a lot of nuts and bolts. So if you can help it.
You tried to do him a favor.
I try. I'm doing you a favor. First thing out of his lousy mouth. Chick, let's check in with sports. It's almost like you did it on purpose.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a so you know where I'm going.
We had a guy die there. Oh, that's right. I know the story.
I've seen some bad shows, but
now this guy actually died. Comedian named Ron Douglas actually died.
He died stopped breathing. Died.
He stopped breathing. Died.
Did he die in the green room?
He died in the green room.
And everybody went home and didn't know that.
And Larry Reed was there, and I was there.
And you didn't know he was dead.
No, I thought he was sleeping.
So you left him there.
We left him.
So you the second show. So you all went home.
We all went home. So he's dead on the couch.
So you get a call the next morning.
Get a call the next morning. And Larry answered the phone. We were both standing in the same condo. Larry answered. He just hear he beat me to the phone. He got there. He says, "What? Who? Dead?"
That's Larry Reed.
Yeah. This is all I'm hearing. What? Who? Dead?
That could be the funniest thing I've ever heard in this room.
If you could do an impression of a guy with 3 words and nail it.
Who? Dead. And I've got this look on my face of Larry like, what? He hands up the phone, looks right at me, and says, "Frickin' Ron's dead."
That's it.
That was it.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Thanks for joining us. With us in the studio, comedian Billy Gardell, Comedy Central, with a Comedy Central stand-up special. Where'd you film that?
New York, at the Hudson Theater, which is really cool. It was, 2 blocks off of Broadway. And I called my dad to try to share a moment with him. My dad was a steel worker in Pittsburgh, so I should have known better. I said, "Dad, I'm 2 blocks from Broadway." He goes, "Yeah, well, enjoy it. That's probably as close as you're ever going to get." All right, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks a lot.
Love you, too.
His favorite game to play with me when I'm home is look at the TV star taking out my trash. That's his favorite little game. He loves to show the neighbors. Look, still takes it to the curb.
Now he can read and types like a secretary.
Yeah, that's what.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk. Pat Godwin at the performance room.
Hello.
Josh Arnold, the sidekick chair.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Hi. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
What's up?
I'm Chick. And here's Tom.
Pat Godwin.
Yes, sir.
Do they serve White Russians at Lebowski's in Washington, Iowa? You're going to be there Saturday night, May 14th.
I bet they do.
They probably do, yeah.
Got a white Russian special.
The Pat abides.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Not anymore.
Maybe things being the way they are, maybe they're calling them white freedoms. I don't know.
You know what? I didn't consider that.
Yeah.
Maybe some places they are.
Made with non-Russian vodka, we would hope. Pat will be there coming up Saturday night after killing it in Jasper over the weekend.
That is a great area,
that'll
too.
That'll be a nice show with Patty G. I'll also remind you that coming up Friday, it's going to be the Farm Bar and Grill in Charleston, West Virginia with Donnie Baker. Then he'll be at Silverado's in Black Mountain, North Carolina, Saturday evening.
Oh, beautiful country.
For some great, indeed. Right now, we turn to Christy Lee.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, sure. What do you got going over there?
Well, can kissing cause cavities? Apparently, the answer is yes.
Is that right?
Dr. Jeffrey Solitzer, dentist and chief clinical officer with Smile Direct Club.
And winner of the Solitzer Prize.
Oh, how nice.
That's such a dumb joke.
That's one of the finest rhyming prizes one could win.
Yeah.
Right after the Bo Bell.
I like the Bosker.
Told USA Today that there is some truth to that. He said, quote, "What we have found over recent studies is that cavities or dental decay is actually a communicable disease, meaning it can be passed on from one person to another with close contact.
Really?
Dr. Amanda Lewis explained that this is possible because the bacteria that causes cavities can be transmitted from person to person. So, to prevent those cavities, kids, dentists agree that it's important to practice good oral hygiene.
Shouldn't Amanda's last name be something else other than Lewis? Like Hug and Kiss?
Mm-hmm. I love Amanda Hug and Kiss.
Amanda Hug and Kiss? Nothing.
Feel me?
It's a cavity. See?
Yeah, I'm skeptical. I mean, how much saliva do you have to trade? I mean, if you brush your teeth on a regular basis.
That's what they say.
Well, I think
you're
that's-
good, yeah.
I mean,
I think to be able to kiss, don't you have to have fresh breath anyway?
I would hope. First mono and now gingivitis or whatever the hell it is. So that mistletoe can be dangerous, kids. Be careful.
Yeah.
And
Another science
and it's not just like adults kissing each other. I was reading the article goes on to say got a little baby, you got to be careful.
What?
Babies?
No.
Little baby? Depending on how many teeth
Who
they have.
is open mouth kissing their baby?
You are sick.
I'm not saying
I don't think you could get thrush that way as opposed to any teeth yet.
So you're saying when Uncle Hobo
Thank
comes
you.
over, don't let him
They
get
don't
the
have
baby?
teeth yet. How can they get a cat?
Oh, you sure have grown.
Hey, put down your smokes, Uncle Hobo. If you're going to hold the baby, put down the cigarettes.
Been riding the rails a long time.
Ah, you're charming, but
My
you're gross.
niecey. Oh, Uncle Hobo.
In other science news, researchers report that the first person to receive a heart transplant from a pig
Oh, that's right.
may have died from a pig virus. 57-year-old David Bennett Sr.
This is no good.
No.
Why are you telling us this?
Why are you telling Tom?
died in March, 2 months after the groundbreaking
this was the first
experimental
time
transplant.
It wasn't just a pig valve. This was an entire heart.
We had the story.
Yes.
Yeah.
University of Maryland doctors said they discovered viral DNA inside the pig heart, but did not find signs that the virus was causing an active infection. According to The Guardian, Dr. Barkley Griffin, the surgeon who performed the transplant, said the virus may have contributed to Bennett's death.
Wow.
Not the actual transplant.
They asked the pig.
Yeah.
He said, that's all, folks.
Oh.
No.
That'll do, pig. Oh.
Totally worth it.
I think this guy took himself out.
You do?
Yeah, after his penis turned into a corkscrew.
Oh, boy, yeah.
I'm out.
Just like the big wieners.
You reap what you sow.
They're still
What did you just say?
Going hog wild over there, ain't he?
I think this is the
He's
first
in hog
time.
like father, like son.
I didn't want to do it, Josh. He did 4 in a
I'm
row.
genetically predisposed.
The devil made me do it.
No, this is some great science. I hope they get it perfected down
I
the
do
road.
too.
You think you might have mad cow disease, Dad? Because you
I
got
don't
the
think
cow
so.
valve in there.
I have a valve made from cow tissue.
Okay.
It's not an actual cow valve. But hey,
What
glad
kind
it's-
of
glad
cow
it's
tissue
working.
is it? A steak? Is it that kind of
Yeah,
tissue?
did you get filet or did you get like
You
a
know,
ribeye
or something. Maybe
I like the sirloin, frankly.
Could be a skirt steak.
Yes, it's very nice.
In Florida, officials are saying a dead shark was found hanging from the rafters of Ponte Verde High School.
Yeah,
Somebody
sharks don't like that.
No.
Somebody's sending a message.
The school district told News 4 JAX
Where news about sharks is number one.
that 5 students have been identified by investigators.
And by the
as
way,
having,
is it News 4 Jacks?
well, I'm sure it's for Jacksonville. Yeah, that's what
Oh.
JAX stands for.
You should see their sign off.
Sometimes they go off the air, Tom. Is that what you're saying?
At 4 in the morning.
Sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Is that a Jax?
Yeah, that's what he's
Off?
doing.
Yeah.
Which is why I read it out as JAX because I knew where he would go.
He's still giggling.
Remember the days when TV stations used to sign off?
I used to work there. I know for a fact.
What do you mean sign off? Like
We
they
would
just-
sign
They
off
would
the air.
play. They would go. This ends our broadcast day,
And then I would have to play
they would
the
have the national anthem.
And
Yeah.
usually, and I swear to God, I worked for a radio station I worked for a radio station that had to legally sign off.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and either the color bars or static.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had to legally sign off, and we had it was on a tape, and it was like right out of a movie. It was this ancient tape of the national anthem, so it would kind of go wow, so a little bit.
The whole thing.
First radio.
Yeah, they would show a flag usually waving.
Yeah.
and
I don't know if these stations exist anymore, but it was sign on sunrise, sunset.
Yeah.
So you signed on at sunrise, you signed off at sunset. So that meant at certain times of the year, you're signing off at 5:30.
This concludes our broadcast day.
And this is three.
This begins.
This is like the 3 channels era, but this is
Right.
post. It's color TV. It's not black and white, right?
No, it would happen in color too.
Wow.
Some stations were only licensed to broadcast at certain hours.
Well, back then, television just didn't have programming. We didn't have.
They would show an old movie.
We had Benny Hill. That was our last thing.
Yeah.
We had Benny Hill. I would sign off
Yeah,
after
that's
Benny
worth it.
Hill.
But it was okay because you could just watch stuff on your iPad or you get your iPhone out and still scroll on that thing, right?
Sure. Yeah, you just grab your iPhone.
The reason we're having this discussion is that when WJAX would sign off,
Yes.
the general announcement, hi, I'm Philip Seymour, and we're signing off tonight at Jack's off.
Oh, boy.
He did it.
Long way to go.
He talked around it for a while.
I just like who this character is. Seymour off. I'm a television.
I'm on TV for so long I can't get up unless I'm drunk.
No, I used to like it when the general manager's wife would start doing editorials.
Now we got the missus.
Here we go. It was like Mrs. Shin from The Music Man.
It was
5
like
students.
You get that, Mrs. Shin?
Well, unfortunately, I do. But
He was in the
fortunately, I did.
Archetype, I think it's safe to say.
5 students have been identified by investigators as having participated in what other students are saying was a senior prank.
This is the dead shark hanging from the rafters of the
Yes.
gymnasium.
According to the station, the shark is the station's mascot.
Ah.
A Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commissioner said they are investigating the matter. A Change.org petition that has since been started by an animal advocacy group is calling for criminal charges against the students.
Wow.
Well, maybe the shark was already dead.
Reports that the consequences the students face depends on the kind of shark and if the students were responsible for catching or killing it.
Okay,
So, yes, it might
Maybe
have
the shark
already been
deserved it. What was the shark wearing? You
I don't know
We
what the shark was
going on
wearing.
here. Yeah.
So, I mean, if they killed it, that's obviously problematic. Again.
Well, of course.
They do it on purpose.
Not even the same. This isn't that bad, though. The rival school, dead jet hanging from the rafters. Yeah.
Hello, Bob and Tom show.
Oh, don't answer the phone.
Didn't answer the phone?
I just said
is this
no.
to psych out? Okay.
Sometimes we get pranked. By somebody who doesn't know anything.
What happened to the good old days when they would just senior prank? They just hang a nerd by his underwear from the ceiling.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah. And said nerd would cry and have mental problems.
When a student body would push a kid to suicide. I love those.
The good old
The
days.
poor kid hanging by his underpants, up by his neck. Yeah.
Sometimes you can't take it.
By his neck.
Sorry.
Boy, oh boy.
Oh, wait a minute. You say you're sorry. Okay, that's fine.
Now you remember.
Your Honor, he said sorry.
Tom was the one that was bullied in high school. That's why
So
we
these
are all suffering
these
now.
are criminal charges.
Whatever,
against this-
Piglet.
Okay, sorry. I'll give you the teaser, Christy.
Well, that's not the only high school story we have. We have a locked safe and a high school exam, all in the same story.
I wonder what's in it.
High School USA. High School USA. Remember that great tune?
No.
You don't? Sure. Oh, it's a classic.
What is it?
High School USA.
Let me guess. Guy Lombardo.
No, I'll dig it up for you. Right now, Mr. McGee dug up something for me. That, of course, is the Simply Safe security system.
Who's with me? Going home and locking her down at the compound and never coming out till tomorrow morning. Exactly. Everybody in this room, I know that. You guys, we love the break-in protection is Simply Safe, but what about just a safety story from Terry, who went to her daughter's wedding.
Yes.
The morning of the big day, she got a call from Simply Safe. There's water in your basement. Well, she would not have known had Simply Safe's detector had water in the basement. It could have cost thousands of dollars in damages, Tom.
Of course, I've had it happen.
Simply Safe detected the water just moments after the leak started. She made arrangements to have the leak stopped and protected her home against flooding. A comprehensive Simply Safe system and 24/7 professional monitoring. You can have someone always looking out for you, just like Terry. And plans cost under $1 a day with no long-term contracts or hidden fees. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafetom.com. Go today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee. Coming up, we're going to check in with comedian Reno Collier, getting ready for the Grand Ole Opry. Is that right?
I thought he just did the Grand Ole Opry.
He just did it? Oh, wow. Okay, we'll find out about that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Rolling through a Monday with you. By the way, if you're planning your weekend, some comedy, Logansport, Indiana, Kostaki Economopoulos, and Jeff Oskey coming up this Friday night, again at the State Theater in Logansport, Indiana. And our own Pat Godwin on the road Saturday night, May 14th at Lebowski's in Washington, Iowa. PatGodwin.com for more information. Rolling through a Monday, Reno Collier coming up. The Grand Ole Opry was a stage Saturday night. We'll hear all about it next. Stay tuned. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. The ability of college athletes to monetize their name, image, and likeness has begun to trickle down to high schools. 7 states now allow prep athletes to sign NIL deals. School principals in Ohio began voting May 1st to determine whether the Buckeye State will become the 8th. In New York City, 2 top-ranked basketball standouts in the 2024 college recruiting class say they'll use the money they make from NIL deals to help their families. The NCAA decided last July college athletes could earn money from such deals after a U.S. Supreme Court decision. Meanwhile, dangerous gusty winds expected to continue across northeast New Mexico into Monday. It's likely to complicate the fight against wildfires that threaten thousands of homes in mountainous rural communities. Firefighters have been able to stop the fire from spreading eastward towards Las Vegas, New Mexico, the largest area with 13,000 people, but the northern and southern ends of the flames proving trickier to contain. Wind gusts have topped 50 miles per hour in some areas, keeping some firefighting aircraft on the ground. The fires now cover 275 square miles. That's more than twice the size of Philadelphia. And that's a look at things you may have missed on a Monday. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yes, I have been doing lots of research, and now if you tell me who your favorite band is or what your favorite movie is or even what your favorite book is, I can tell you what you are saying about yourself.
Okay, Christy, can we start with you? Do you mind? Christy,
All right,
favorite
My
band?
favorite movie.
Is it Roadhouse?
movie. Not Roadhouse. That's the movie that you can't turn away from.
Favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
Yes.
Breakfast at Tiffany with
Oh,
Audrey
my
Hepburn.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay. Boy, that's going to be a really mean one for me to start out on. I can
Ooh.
tell you what you're saying about yourself is I'm not nearly as cute as I think I am. That's what that says about you. It's awful.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I hate to start off on such a mean note.
I got you. How about your favorite band, Christy?
Say Michael Bubble or
Can I
whatever.
say Maroon 5?
Sure,
Maroon
go ahead.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. If your favorite band is Maroon 5, what you're saying about yourself is, man, 10% off every purchase? This Gap credit card was the best decision ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
So they were. What pants don't have pockets?
A lot of pants
I
are
think there's any reason to dissect this whole thing.
Basketball shorts?
We can just accept the joke and maybe let him do another one.
Boy, nobody interviews him like our team. I'll tell you that.
I'm just curious. I see. I don't approve of pants without pockets. What are they for?
Covering your ass.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Friday, 8 p.m.
Hi, excuse me. I'm having a dinner party and I've run out of coffee. Might I borrow some?
Sure. Here you go.
A few minutes later.
Excuse me. Could I trouble you again for some more coffee?
I just gave you some 10 minutes ago.
I know, but my guests are really big coffee drinkers.
Okay, here you go.
Thanks. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
What?
Do you live here alone?
Yeah, why?
Shortly thereafter.
You again?
I need more coffee.
It's impossible.
Okay, but it is possible that you want me.
No. Good night.
2 minutes after that.
Go away.
Stalker's Choice Coffee. The coffee is so good, he'll come back again and again and again.
Coffee. More coffee.
Go away!
Some coffee.
I'm going to call the police.
You want it so bad.
I'm calling 911.
You want it so bad.
Stalker's Choice Coffee. Share some with a neighbor. Stalker's Choice. It's what obsessive-compulsive relationships are made of.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, 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 and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Can I just say that I really love doing this program?
Oh, thank you.
You know, as a comedian, this is like such a fun. It's actually entertaining and fun to do it. You know, and as a comedian, you do a lot of shows, and you know, like I did a radio program a few weeks ago. And they introduced me as the bad boy of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I never said I was the bad boy of anything, nor do I want to be introduced as such.
Mm-hmm. Where'd they get
Only in comedy do you ever hear that. You never hear that in other professions. You never hear, he's the bad boy of gynecology. see the guy putting on his gloves with his fingers cut off?
Had his finger in a dike.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to...
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
Just wears you out after a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people say, why don't you guys do 6 hours of it? Well, let me talk to you for a second. There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hey, chick.
Yeah. There's Ace Cosby. The track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Chick McGee.
Hey, man, I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
High School USA.
What is this?
Some dumb song him and Josh like.
I didn't claim to like it. I claimed to know it.
You've heard this before?
Yeah. I've occasionally listened to those channels. I like it. There was a movie, High School USA. Do you guys remember it? Michael J. Fox and Nancy McKeon.
Yeah, did they play this audio
I don't
turd?
think they did, but maybe.
It sounds like it's sped up.
When
yeah,
did
but
that
it
come out?
isn't.
55?
I don't know. I just remember that beginning, that High School USA.
Yeah, so weird.
Is that what you listen to in your hot rod when you're going steady with the girl?
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's kind of got that feel. Here, listen to the intro again.
Oh, come on.
High School USA.
We had a teacher that would say that all the time, just like that.
Tommy Facenda?
Yeah, then it goes into that really fast.
We just got the Echo installed.
Yeah, exactly what happened.
It's from 1959.
just
Tommy
dumb.
Facenda.
Weird.
Do that one again, Tommy.
Tommy Facenda.
Mm-hmm.
Did you eat the Facenda after you gave birth?
No. God, no.
Oh, wait a minute. There's comedian Reno Collier joining us.
There he is.
Say this, Reno.
Good morning.
Reno, now, I'm confused. You just did your Grand Ole Opry show?
I just did Saturday night. Yeah. It was freaking awesome, man. It was so much fun.
All right. Well, very, very good.
Yeah.
And
it was great, man.
And did
LD Shane.
Did they say anything nice to you as you were leaving? The folks that run that, did they say, hey, we'll see you again soon? Or
we don't validate.
They asked for my number.
They did. They were like, can you call Josh? And we want to. Yeah, it was nice. They're always so, dude. It's like being in a different world. They're so nice to you. Like it reminds me of how people used to treat Cable Guy when I was out. Not me, but Cable Guy. Like they're just so sweet. You know, like great job. It was fantastic. And the people, it's the greatest thing, dude. And I got to talk to the other, like LD Shane was on there, who I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he is fantastic. And
cool.
Mark Wills. And it takes me back in time. It makes me feel like, it just makes me think about all the people that got to stand in that circle. It's really cool.
Speaking of going back in time, we were talking about explaining to Willie that television stations used to sign off. There are probably still a few that do.
Probably.
And I know certain radio stations have. Did you remember the sign off and then they'd put the test pattern up there? Remember the test pattern? You don't see those anymore either, I guess. Some of them are pretty cool. But I was reading that Howard Hughes, when he moved to Vegas, bought the TV station there just so he could keep them on 24 hours a day and show old movies because he'd stay up all night.
Wow.
Oh, that's money.
Well, it's kind of like a pre-Twitter buying thing where you buy the station and
an Elon Musk move.
Yeah, do a little programming a good couple generations before. Christy Lee is at the news desk. We're going to go through a couple of stories here, Reno. Feel free to chime in. What have you got over there, Christy?
Firefighters in Germany received an unusual distress call. The emergency call came from a high school in Bocholt. Firefighters responded after teachers were unable to open a safe containing the questions for the exam students were due to take. Firefighters
answering the prayers of all the students.
Found the lock jammed and set about sawing the safe open. The department said, quote, the students were able to sit and take their exam with about an hour's delay. Fire department spokesman Matthias Hain.
That's right.
Haney said some of the students, quote, would probably have enjoyed a sunny day off instead. Well, yeah, of course.
Should have opened the safe. Combination was probably 9, 9, 9.
In Germany?
That's the worst.
That's the worst.
Worst, like a sausage. Yeah.
Okay, firefighters leave the station at 10 a.m. and drive 3 miles into school.
The local high school,
They have to examine a safe?
You can't trust kids these days, Tommy.
Do you ever steal an exam? You ever steal answers?
No.
Is it safe?
Tom?
No.
You're among friends.
It's okay. No, I didn't.
You never did.
How would you steal the answers to an exam?
Well,
sometimes people keep them from year to year and pass them down to their friends. You know, like you take the class one year and then pass it down. The best exam story is there's a class, and it's probably a legend, but at University of Tennessee, there's like 400 people in a class, and one of the kids was sitting there, and while they're taking the exam, they're cheating. And the professor saw him, and they walk up, and all the papers are stacked up on the desk. And the professor goes, "Hey, I saw you cheating." And he goes, "Do you know my name?" And the professor's like, "No." And he took his exam and stuck it in the middle of all 450 things. And took off.
Well, that's one
good
way.
stuff.
Okay, no.
Heck, now they take open book exams at home. It's like, what the heck? How is that? Well, whatever.
I mean, even if you do memorize the stuff, you're still going to forget it in a week anyways. So I think that in certain cases, it is good for the kids to be able to reference things in their essays.
The fraternity houses were famous for having a file of papers. I mean, after a while, the professor's going to see the same one. In today's world, I'm sure they have ways of...
Oh, yeah, they have. Don't they have apps, like complete apps? Yeah.
That tell you, no.
That's what we had in college. That's what I was talking about. Like they saved the exam, but the guys in my fraternity were stupid. Like the tests were like D's, and it's like, what good is this?
Yeah, good point.
Now, what else? You
you still have the questions. You could look up the answer.
That's true.
And
but you had to go to the library then.
Anheuser-Busch is producing a popular Ukrainian beer in Belgium as part of a relief initiative. The brewing giant had halted production of the Chernigivsky Lager and other beers at its 3 breweries in Ukraine after Russia, of course, invaded in February. The Ukrainian beer is now being produced in Belgium with plans to distribute globally within the next 3 weeks. All profits made from global sales will go to humanitarian relief in Ukraine.
It's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
Attention, weed growers, step up. Right?
You ever had Belgium beer from Belgium?
Nope.
All it tastes like waffles. It's weird.
Does it?
Yeah.
So when you just now
Belgian waffles, you see, is the joke there.
Hi, welcome to the first episode of What Were You Thinking? I'm Chick McGee. Our guest this morning is
happy to be here.
Josh Arnold. Josh, thanks for being on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So you opted to deliver that with kind of a solemn...
Now, we were talking about Belgium and beer.
Right.
And, you asked us what question now?
Have you ever had beer from Belgium?
Yeah, and in your...
It all tastes like waffles.
That was your comedic answer to that question.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, what were you thinking?
Well...
Did you debate how you were to deliver it? I mean, because this is a story about Ukraine and the tragedies going on there and the Chernigivsky lager is being now produced in Belgium, and wherever they sell it, they're going to be raising funds for the.
Of course, yeah.
And then you thought, okay, have you ever had Belgian beer? Then
so I thought a light joke would help lighten up sort of the tone there.
Let me ask you this.
Serious situation.
But you delivered it was with such sincerity. We all thought you were serious.
Well, sometimes commitment to the bit is key.
Well, that's why my question would actually...
The weaker the joke, the better the acting.
Add on the time. Any thought at all to the Eddie Murphy waffle line from Shrek, delivering it that way?
Oh, no. I would never do that.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No,
you wouldn't think that at least saved a little bit of it?
Well, no. I think people would know that I was appropriating it, and it would be no good.
What if you get it really good? What if you go, I'm making waffles?
See, that's what Chick is saying.
That's what I'm saying.
What he wants me to do.
So that seems like it's a no from the fellas then.
Yeah, no. Sir, the show you're hosting, why is the crew chiming in?
This is my podcast, and
okay.
Back to you, Tom.
I said I'm not just a key grip. I'm coming in loose, okay? And I came in a little loose. I said, I'm making waffles. Christy loved it. She smiled.
Of course.
Do you feel, as the host of this podcast, that this bit has run out of steam?
Yes, I think so. Absolutely.
I'm reading ahead.
Join us tomorrow. We'll have Tom on the show asking what he was thinking when he hired Chick.
I'm trying to think of what if one of the pot growers and pot distributors would come out with a pro, Ukraine pot. I don't have an answer for this. What would they call it?
I mean, Ukraine Kush is right there. It's got the double K sound.
Kiev Kush?
Kiev Kush, yeah, that's
Kiev Kush.
Perhaps we could put this topic on a back burner, so to speak. And talk about it. Oh, no.
Kiev.
What about in the case of a war?
Into case of a war?
Indica
ace of a war.
In the case of a... Well, it's as good as waffle or whatever.
No, it's not.
Hi, welcome. Reno's our guest this week on What Were You Thinking? Reno, let me ask you something.
And then what's the show called again?
What Were You Thinking?
Okay, who's your guest?
Reno.
Okay, what's the topic?
Yeah, what were you thinking when you said yes to being on our show? Were you thinking it was going to be better or... No,
Authorities in Switzerland report over 1,000 pounds of cocaine's been discovered in a shipment of coffee beans.
You ever had Swiss Coke? It all smells like cheese.
No, it's a little chocolatey, isn't it?
So I'm sorry. So there's cocaine. What is it again?
Cocaine in a shipment of coffee beans.
It tastes like waffles. See? There.
I liked it.
Now, the laughter's based on a reference, not an original thought.
Police say that the coffee company alerted officials to the discovery at its facility in the town of Romont. Early indications were that the shipment arrived by sea from Brazil before it was loaded onto a train and delivered to the Romont warehouse. According to police, the cocaine seized has an 80% degree of purity. Market value estimated at more than $50 million.
Well, that's quite a number.
Apparently, the
he
narcotics
never has two snorts at home.
are destined for the European market.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
U-Band.
U-Band.
Reno loves it.
I had the decaf cocaine, but I got to say, I'm a little jittery.
Yeah.
It's hard to get all that.
I got that cup that I walk around with that says, "Don't talk to me till I've had my first blast of blow."
My first bump.
Could have gone with bump.
What is the word? I don't know.
Bump,
Sorry.
behind key.
I'd like the Coca Mocha, please. No, actually, if it was they bought it at Starbucks, the coffee'd be more than the Coke.
Yeah. Well.
They're proud of their product.
Yes.
Pretty steep. You see.
$5 a cup of coffee, you see. Hey.
A marble bust purchased at a Texas Goodwill store, we love these stories, don't we, has turned out to be a centuries-old sculpture from ancient Rome.
What?
According to the San Antonio Museum of Art, the bust, which art collector Lori Young purchased for $35 in 2018, had once belonged in the collection of King Ludwig I of Bavaria.
This is a great story. This woman is an artist. She had to go spend a couple of years tracking this thing down.
It dates to the 1st century BC or 1st century AD and had been missing from Germany since World War II.
So it was probably stolen.
Experts believe a soldier took the sculpture and brought it to the United States. The museum is temporarily displaying the piece until it is returned to Germany next year. radio station KUT.
Hey, we're listening to the cut. Cut! You're in the cut.
Boy, is that, Christy, I saw you slow down when you saw KUT. You
sure there's not a network in there?
Nationals, there's a national radio.
National call letters.
Perhaps it's in Nashville.
This morning when I was going through the news, I looked at Jeff and I go, I know why we're doing this story.
Well, this is a really interesting story. And
yeah, she reported that Young reached a deal to return the bus to Germany with the help of an attorney who specializes in international art law. Terms of the deal were not disclosed.
They want to give it to Germany, the place that first stole it. And, and I'm sure the British Museum is making plans to steal it as well.
Yeah, why don't we get to keep this? Finders keepers on this.
No,
she paid for it.
There's a whole thing about art looted by people during World War II.
Oh, so she's getting paid?
Well,
she should. She found it.
Let's call it a reward.
They're not announcing what the financial, but I just am proud of the fact that it wasn't. I mean, because it was in Texas. And what are the odds someone in the Goodwill store? Hey, $35. Let's take it out for some target practice.
Oh,
I mean, you'd have no way of knowing it wasn't a fake.
True.
Come on,
let's take it out for some target practice.
It'd be fun. You think?
Okay.
I mean,
have you
what
ever been on target practice?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. What do you think you typically buy at a Goodwill store?
Oh, I buy books there.
Underwear.
Buy underwear at Goodwill.
Mattresses.
I buy everything. Loose condoms.
Toothbrushes.
It's the best for books.
Okay, it'll be on display if you want to go see it in Texas before they send it back to Germany.
A couple in California returned home to a scene out of a Hitchcock film. KRCR.
Oh, TV news. What is it?
KRCR.
Okay.
You're not going to do anything?
I just said news. What is it?
KRCR.
The Rocker.
What do you want?
Kirkrook.
Well, there's no way we can't get a woman's body part out of this.
Reported
KRCR.
that Gary and Patty Riedemeyer were returning from a trip when they discovered their Reading home was filled with birds.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the birds.
Scared the hell out of me.
The fader way up. Look at him laugh like a maniac.
Is there any way we can really win?
I've been waiting for 5 hours. 5 hours to pull the trigger on that
Gary
one.
said there were birds flying everywhere. I mean, it was crazy. We were ducking and dodging.
Duck.
The couple called in a restoration company to help clear up the house. The company has been working since the April 22nd invasion, with the owner describing the situation as apocalyptic. When the station asked why the birds took over the house, Mr. Williams said, quote, I'm curious if there was a weather event or something that startled them into flying through the chimney. They must be chimney sweeps, because they will, or
I don't know.
sweeps, whatever it's called.
Is it a chimney sweep, a human being that
sweeps the chimney?
Yeah, that was a little British
chimney
guy.
sweeps. There are birds that live in your chimneys. They do live in your chimney, yeah.
So there are hundreds of birds in their house.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wear a hat if you go inside.
I'll say.
Oh, that is horrifying.
Yeah.
How do you get them all out? I've had one bird in my house. That was hard enough.
Tennis rackets.
Poison.
Open all the windows and all the doors, I
If you use
guess.
tennis racket, you can get a birdie. Thank you very much.
Use a golf club.
Hi, Josh. Josh is returning to, what were you thinking? Tennis racket and
He
birdie.
was thinking golf club.
Yeah,
And
I was
he
thinking
said
golf
tennis
club.
racket.
What about
Sometimes we make
badminton?
mistakes.
Mistakes are made.
Reno, good luck, sir.
Yes, sir.
We will talk to you again soon.
Thanks for listening, Reno.
Hey, good luck to you, buddy.
Appreciate you.
Whatever you're
Time
doing.
caller, long time listener.
All right.
Be here.
I don't see any gigs on here. Okay, let's see. Right now, Christy Lee, if you want to get home today, and I know you do, how about a nice box?
Everybody's heard about the birds.
I can pretty much assure you won't find a bird in your box of awesome. That is pretty much a given. God. No matter what you have going on this season, though, Box of Awesome has you covered, and it shows up at your door once a month.
Covered.
Yeah, they do. They have all the great things. Camping gear essentials, beach day travel must-haves. If you're into cocktails, I mean, they have it all. Box of Awesome has everything you need for an awesome summer. But you have to get started somehow because they got to know what you like. And to do that, you'll take the quiz at boxofawesome.com.
That's right. Go to boxofawesome.com and take the quiz. And your likes, your dislikes, your turn-ons, your turn-offs, they release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories. And, you know, Josh.
Yes, sir?
Don't you, a brand new member of Bespoke Post, haven't you got your latest box?
Let me tell you a little bit about the Carnivore Box.
Oh!
The American barbecue rub in the Carnivore Box is made by the Great American Spice Company in Rockford, Michigan, and I'll tell you what.
Yeah?
I can't wait to grill out this week and use it.
How about that?
Yum.
How about a small business? There it is. Now, also, plus you get a deal. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code Bob and Tom at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code Bob and Tom, 20% off your first box from Bespoke Post.
Your thoughts, Wolfman?
Hello there.
That really isn't very helpful. You think I'm going to do that again? No.
No, of course not. You
got something better for you.
Mr. Fister.
Okay, thank you very much. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter at Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian John Campanera.
Vin Scully is funny because he's one of these announcers that loves to read lips. Wait a minute, here comes Tracy out of the dugout. He's in the umpire's face. It appears he wants to take the ump to Fuddruckers after the game. You know what makes me laugh is Skip Carey, Harry's son. He does the Atlanta Brave games.
Sure.
I listen to this guy when I can't sleep. Chipper Jones takes one on the outside, 3-1 on Chipper Jones. Don't forget all week long, we got the best of the Duke right here on TBS. John Wayne right here on TBS. There's a long fly ball. Looks like that's out of here.
I love that.
And you know, Harry's going, I can't believe that's my son. You know, Harry would get excited over the dumbest stuff. Hey! Check out the kid in the sombrero.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, treat yourself to a Bob and Tom VIP membership at bobandtom.com. If you love the Bob and Tom Show, how about full access, including the live 7-camera video stream of the show, the Bob and Tom Show commercial-free and on-demand with our daily podcast. Plus, this is the key, access to the Bob and Tom archives and the album library. Check it out now at bobandtom.com/VIP. Today in history, and we learn a lot during the show, so we'll find out what it was we learned today. Coming up next, stay tuned. We're not done with you yet. Keep it here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, everybody. Christy Lee with the Bob and Tom News Update. A relatively rare East Coast earthquake centered northeast of South Carolina's capital city of Columbia jolted large numbers of state residents awake. The quake occurred just after 1:30 a.m. this morning and had a preliminary 3.3 magnitude. There were no immediate reports of any damages or injuries. The pre-dawn trembler lasted only seconds, but hundreds of people took to social media to describe being shaken awake. The death toll of a powerful explosion at a luxury hotel in Cuba's capital has increased to 31 as search crews with dogs hunted through the rubble of the iconic 19th century building looking for people still missing. The blast took place at the Hotel Saratoga, a 5-star 96-room hotel in Old Havana. It was preparing to reopen after being closed for 2 years when a apparent gas leak ignited, blowing the outer walls into the busy mid-morning streets just a block from the country's Capitol building on Friday. And in Washington, they love a mystery, and the latest one involves who leaked the draft of the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. The decision itself has set off a lot of political reaction on both sides, but it has also unleashed a torrent of speculation about who got hold of the draft, who released it to Politico, and more importantly, why. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Don't you want more Derby trivia?
Oh, well, no, we don't have time for it right now.
The race is sometimes referred to as the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, and it's the longest continually running sporting event in the United States.
Yeah, what did he say yesterday? 100, just short of 150 years?
It was first televised in 1910.
Yeah.
Amazing. They didn't even have TVs. They just had a guy drawing stuff and throwing it into a crowd. That guy should have gotten some kind of
he was
award.
good.
They had to do the whole broadcast by
Hey, this one
camera.
almost looks like a horse. Slow down, Lloyd.
That was just at Magnavox.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Now, have you ever done a cop convention or anything?
I just did one last night.
Did you really?
Yeah, you know, and they're fun because they understand stuff that I'm talking about, you know. I always say
Unlike the normal audience.
Yeah,
Yes,
the biggest misconception people have about police is that we really care. Because don't. If you see a wreck and you can make a U-turn, you're going to do it.
Sometimes you just get stuck.
Oh, you know, you just don't want to hear it. It's always the same thing.
I don't want to hear it.
That's true. Every time you make a traffic stop, I ain't out catching real criminals. Well, I'll tell you the truth, lady, I'm not that good at this job. I'm trying to figure out a way to get disability without actually hurting myself. See, I was a smart aleck.
Didn't take it all that serious.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Oh, heck no. People would make U-turns on the expressway. I'd pull up behind them and go over my microphone and go, you know, because it says authorized vehicles only. I'd pull up behind them and go over my microphone and go, I authorize you. I don't care. You can't be subpoenaed if your name's not on anything. That's the way I always felt about it.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow. Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi, chick.
Hi. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, you.
There's Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair.
Hey, chick.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
I'm making waffles, chick. I'm
making waffles. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. Good stuff. I certainly appreciate it. I like the new feature.
Time now for today. What new feature?
Your new feature.
My new feature?
Yeah. What were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
I love that feature.
I don't think you do.
I do.
You're going to be a guest a lot. You know that, right?
Doesn't mean I don't like it.
Well, time now for Today in History.
Let's see what's going on.
Have you looked? You know, I think it's Billy Joel's birthday.
Give it a glance, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Billy Joel, born in 1949.
Old, very old.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. We'll start with some events in history on this date. Oh, here we go.
What?
1502, Christopher Columbus leaves Spain on his final trip to the New World.
Sailed the ocean blue.
Yep.
He never set foot in North America, you know.
What?
San Salvador.
He never
right?
set foot here in North America.
All right.
He didn't want to come up and take a look?
No.
Huh. How about
He
that?
didn't get a really good trade-in on his old world for the new world.
No?
So, yeah, it's kind of an old boat.
He famously said, I don't have the time.
Never went to Columbus, Ohio, funny enough. You would have thought he would have wanted to check it out, being that it's named after him.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. The 1868 Reno, Nevada founded.
The biggest little city in the world.
That's right.
Reno Collier, is he named after Reno, Nevada?
Yes.
Okay.
To speed things along, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Here's a good one for you. In 1914, Woodrow Wilson proclaimed the very first Mother's Day.
Oh, thank
The
you.
Big Woody, they called him.
Woody.
President Wilson?
Dub.
Oh, Morning Wood.
And we were talking
He was
about...
divorced, too, I thought.
What was the last story you did, Christy? It was something about birds. What was it again?
Birds that invaded a home.
And they completely invaded the place, huh?
Yeah.
Well, were they birds?
Yeah.
Birds.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird.
So the first 3 times she said birds, you didn't think it was right?
What does that have to do with history?
Alfred Hitchcock, on this date in 1958.
Well, he directed a movie. What was that movie called, Josh?
The Birds.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. All right.
David Crosby was in the band.
The movie was called Vertigo.
Well, everybody's heard.
Vertigo.
Is a bird.
And everybody was upset because if you bought an iPod, it was already on there. You know that?
Vertigo's
really?
a U2 song.
That was the U2.
Yeah, but it wasn't even on that album.
Okay. Well, what'd you think about that, Wolfman?
Hello there.
Okay, very
The
good.
man's gone mad.
You lost your yes.
You'll like this one, Josh. Friday the 13th, released on this date in 1980.
Yeah, and boy, oh boy, do we have a Friday the 13th coming up.
We do.
We do?
This week.
On Friday.
Yeah.
I shall watch a many of them.
Are you going to do your video for your Instagram? That's my favorite.
You know what? I will.
I like
Yes,
it.
thank
What do
you
you
for
do?
reminding me.
What?
I will show it to you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
You'll
It'll be
enjoy
great.
it.
On this date in 1996, Geddy Lee was made an officer of the Order of Canada.
Pretty cool.
Which, along with Burton Cummings, put him in charge of the Canadian military.
Civil War hero.
Happy birthday, Dante, as in Inferno.
Oh.
Introducing the levels of hell.
Sure.
Who knew?
He also wrote a comedy. How did you feel about it? How did you find that?
Divine Comedy. Not a lot of laughs.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Mislabeled.
Fairly, I don't know how divine it is either.
Yeah. No laugh track. You got to at least give them credit, let the audience
You two
decide.
nerds having fun?
Time now for what was going through. Happy birthday, Mike Wallace. He's no longer with us.
No.
Billy-
He's
But
not
he
celebrating
would be
today.
like 180, though, right? Crazy
He'd
age.
be 102.
Chris is still with us, though.
Yes. sir.
Where? We're not quite sure. He's bouncing around.
Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show.
What'd we learn, Pally?
Tom was so busy over the weekend, he forgot everything he did. Except he managed to remember he did order Chinese takeout.
I didn't order it. Sam did.
All right.
Sam ordered Chinese takeout.
Let's get bogged down in all the
minutia.
I had them bring it up.
And Tom's Chinese fortune cookies had ads on the fortune.
Yeah.
And a
Ads in the
QR
fortune
code.
cookies and the fortunes. And
He's still all pumped up about it.
3 of them were the same fortune. I was disappointed.
That is disappointing.
You're supposed to have, come on, diversify a little bit.
Sure, I get it. I'd be
Rich
upset,
Strike
too.
won the Derby on Saturday, 80-1 odds. We're still fascinated
movie.
by it. It's
Great.
It's got to be a Disney, at least a miniseries.
Well, it's happened before, but
Let's see, Willie.
Really? It happened once. In, 1912 or
That's
something?
13. Willie Griswold was CP duck this morning. He got to come in late.
You're making me sound like a jerk.
It's not me. It's the guy
emailed
compiling.
my dad and I said, "Excuse me, Father. I'm
For I
really
have
sleepy
sinned."
this morning. I'm very, very sleepy."
tie.
And according to Willie, a bunch of perverts live in Quincy, Illinois.
It's a good bunch of perverts. Great
Yeah.
people, but man, they're dirty folks down there.
Donnie Baker likes tequila. I think we kind of realized that. Saquon Barkley graduated from Penn State.
Barkley.
So when
Let's do it.
Saquon Barkley graduated,
No, you
they
gotta-
said,
Barkley.
You got to pause after you say his name.
He's producing your clothes.
graduating now, Saquon Barkley.
Barkley.
Thank you, Jay.
Son of a bitch. Tom kept bringing up the Chinese restaurant that used an abacus. He won't stop talking about
Fascinating.
it. Greg Warren
A
covered.
disappearing culture. It's a shame.
Greg Warren covered miniature.
Every child
golf.
should be forced to learn how to use an abacus.
No.
Is that right?
And we should stop teaching them script writing. It's immoral.
Shut up.
Let everybody say.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not.
Ah,
yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah.